All right, everybody. How you all doing? I'm here. I'm alive. It's been a long week of many different shenanigans.
So many shenanigans.
Yeah, so many shenanigans. That's right, Jules. There we go. I'm doing my 3-screen setup for this stream. So, what's up, everybody? How you all doing? It's a weird night. It's a cross combination of my typical shenanigans, but we're also doing some interesting stuff for my department. So, for those of you who do not know, my name's Luke Jones. I'm a lecturer at Computer Information Technology at IUPUI. And so this first half of the stream is actually in terms of our virtual Spirit Week shenanigans. I've already been interviewed, but today is an interesting ordeal because we have Jules over here, which I should be looking at that way, but I don't know how screens and stuff. But Jules is gonna be asking me some questions. We're gonna be unboxing / building Lego Mario. And we'll be doing a little coding / programming, and then after we get done for about 2 hours, we're gonna jump into playing some Detroit Become Human. So before I get into any more of me talking, because I could talk forever, Jules, how you doing this evening?
I am doing all right. It's Friday. It's the end of Spirit Week for us, and you're my last professional interview.
You know, professional is a strong word, but I am glad that I can sit here and be like, all right, guys, we're gonna be professional and unbox some Legos.
Would it be like professional or unprofessional?
I don't know. I don't know how any of this stuff works. I don't understand anything. But chat, let us know. It looks like I might be getting Spectrum right now a little bit, but it's fine. So you should still be able to hear us just fine, but we might look a little choppy for a second. It will go away. It's Spectrum. It's just what they do.
Oh yeah.
Freaking...
They keep sending us mail.
They just want you to get all the discounts and stuff.
Yeah.
They just
really
want to be
aggressive.
like, hey, just shut up and take my money. And I'm like, no, I don't want to give you any more of my money. You can't, because the issue with I have with Spectrum is that they actually do a great job with the download speed stuff. Like, I've never had any issues with download, but when it comes to upload, they just randomly, any time of the day, are just like, nope, sorry, your upload just goes to crap, and it's upsetting. So
Dang.
yeah,
That
and it
sucks.
happens to me all the time too. And I'm like, I've been trying to debunk it as much as I can, but it just
Have you
happens.
tried changing the channel that your Wi-Fi's on?
No, it's not. This is not running off Wi-Fi. It's still Ethernet.
Oh.
Yes, I can't even do anything.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to tell me. What is it? I love the Finding Nemo / Funko Pop backgrounds. Well,
yeah.
I appreciate it. I actually just ordered another Funko Pop the other day
Oh,
because for those of you who did not see in the department off-topic channel, there's this character called Makoto in Persona 5, and she finally has her Funko Pop coming out, and she is my favorite character, and I am so excited to finally get a Funko Pop of her. I'm not fanboying right now at all.
Are you gonna display it like smack dab in the middle?
So I actually, no joke, I only ordered one, but I'm probably gonna order 2. Because I'm gonna put one up on the wall, and then that one's gonna be one that I'm probably gonna want to put on my desk. Because I just really like Makoto as a character. I think she has a cool outfit, she's got a cool style, cool backstory. I just think she's super cool. I really want her in a fighting game, like really bad.
Well, maybe this first icebreaker that we have.
Oh god.
Transitions
101.
Yeah, there you go. Don't call me out like that, Luke.
What exactly? Hey, you're just doing your job. Trying to make sure I don't go on tangents.
That's okay. I'm good at that. Okay, so do you want to kind of start what you're doing and kind of explain the Lego stuff before we jump in?
Oh, so like the Lego stuff. So basically what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be, we're actually doing a full unboxing and like building of Lego Mario right here. I actually realized I might need to set up my other camera, which won't be that difficult, which we did not prepare for the stream, but hey, it's fine. Going by the seat of our pants tonight. But kind of the idea was, so I bought this out, honestly, for the sake of fun, but Lego Mario is actually very unique in the fact that, first off, This is entirely basically a technological toy. You actually, in order to use Mario, you actually have to hook it up to a Bluetooth device to get him to do all the stuff. And all the instructions for building this Lego set are actually only through download. So you actually have to download an app on your phone or your iPad or whatever device and such. I think you can even get it on the computer, I think, at worst case scenario. And you basically, that's how you build the set. There's absolutely no physical paper in here. I think the only physical paper thing in here is just letting you know of like, because Mario does run off of batteries, but he's basically a giant Bluetooth thumb drive. That's literally what he is. So we're gonna kind of go over that.
That's probably why he looks so chunky.
I know he's a chunky boy. And I know Jules is gonna probably have some questions for you, but like as we kind of walk through all this, I'll probably be walking you through a little bit of like how the app stuff was made. Although I did not work on the app, but I definitely know from my app development days of how it all gets put together. And all that cool stuff. And also, this is a great example of Internet of Things, usually referred to as IoT, where essentially it's a lot of physical computing space stuff. So you're basically taking the digital format and doing a lot more physical interactivity with it. Especially on the toy front, I've had lots of experience with that stuff. I actually did a whole study, believe it or not, in my undergrad days of taking the whole concept of Skylanders and actually using it for therapy. So,
whoa, that's cool.
yeah, that was a whole study I did for about a year or two in some of my human-computer interaction classes that I took. So, but yeah, so we're gonna kind of dive through that. Just kind of as a fun little thing. It's fun. I get to build some Legos on screen, get to talk some intelligent stuff with you guys. So yeah, before we do that, because I know you guys all want to see me unbox this thing and be like a real YouTuber, I'm going to set up my camera right here really quickly, and we're going to switch the camera on the stream. So you might go see, you're going to see how the sausage is made here. Not Italian sausage, but Jules, feel free to ask me questions while I'm screwing around with this thing.
Yeah, so as Luke mentioned, he's going to have a different camera set up for the build, and I'm going to throw questions at him while he's doing it. So he's going to be multitasking here, but Luke's so good at that, right, Luke?
I am. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at this.
Okay.
So if you're not a teacher, or if you are a teacher, you have to learn how to multitask. It's just a common thing that you have to learn how to do. All right, hold on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch my camera from my face to this view right here. So if you folks give me one moment, I'm gonna switch that out. Here. Oh. No! Wrong camera.
Oh, jeez, Luke.
Oh, come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
This seems to be a common theme with you.
It is a very common thing. There we go.
You've got it up?
Yes, we do. We should be good to go.
Nice. Okay.
So I believe it does look pretty good on my end. And actually, what I'll do on the Zoom call, so that way Jules can correct me if I'm like showing off way too much crap, is I'm gonna actually switch the camera on her end so she can see it. There we go. So,
Nice.
live unboxing.
Right.
Are you ready?
Got the app already.
All right, I do. I have the app downloaded. We're gonna first unbox what's in the box first, and then we'll actually open up the app.
Oh, you barbarian.
Right, you can't do it smoothly. Oh God, there's pieces everywhere. Oh geez, that was just my remote for my TV. Nothing bad. All right, so
That's
nothing else in
a
the,
lot.
so
I'm so stressed already.
yeah. So all it comes with is just this quick start
There you
guide.
go.
And then literally all it does is it shows you how to essentially put Mario together. He does run off some batteries, and it's just showing you a little bit of how some of the stuff works. You know, advertising. So literally there's no instructions. Like, this is the only instructions that it comes with. And it's Mario inside this little box right here. So it actually looks like I might need to go grab a screwdriver.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Let's see.
Man, there's
Oh,
you definitely.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So here's Mario.
my
This is how he comes
gosh.
in the box.
Jeez. That
So
is
yeah,
one
I actually do
chunky
need to go grab
Mario.
some batteries. So give me 1 second. I really kind of wish they made this a rechargeable thing. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's just me and you, chat. How's everyone doing today? While Luke goes to find, you know, batteries.
I'm back. Don't worry. I didn't leave it alone too long.
Thank God.
That's the batteries in.
Chat was missing you, I'm sure.
No problem. Alright.
Alright. So while you kind of get situated, I want to start this icebreaker because we talked a little bit about your favorite character. And so the question is, the apocalypse is happening, the world is going to absolute crap, and you have 3 cards that can summon any fictional character. Which characters are you picking and why?
So how many do I get?
Get 3.
Oh.
I'm being
Ooh.
generous.
That's a tough one. So one, I definitely like at the top of my head for sure when you asked me that question. For those of you who do not know who this character is, Marvel character, his name is Nova. He's actually part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but James Gunn does not like the Nova Corps, so that's why Nova has not actually been in any of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. But Nova is basically got the power of a supernova inside of him, and he can project that energy to like fly, shoot like solar beams out of his hands and stuff like that.
So
Nova
cool.
would definitely be on my team because he's very powerful, and people don't give him enough love because the movies, man, like those movies, man, make a lot of money, and people like those movies. Who else? Another one I want on my team is Cole McGrath. For those of you who do not know who that is, Cole McGrath is from the video game franchise Infamous. He's what they call the Electric Man. He basically is a living human battery, and he can actually project electricity from himself, but unlike maybe a typical superhero who actually generates that power automatically, Cole is actually a battery. So he actually has to absorb the electricity and then project it out in a multitude of different ways, and he's actually incredibly powerful when he is very filled with electricity. So yeah, that's. Oh my God.
You have the wrong batteries.
I need AAAs.
Oh my God.
Ah!
And I'm guessing you don't have AAA.
I don't have AAAs. I think I could still put this all together.
Yeah, you just can't make it work.
Oh no! Oh, are you kidding me, Luke? Actually, I gotta have AAAs or something around here. There's gotta be something I can finagle this with. But I digress here. We'll go ahead and just put Mario together. It's not that big of a deal. So third one, that's a tough one because in the zombie apocalypse scenario that you gave me, I definitely need. Just don't splash Cole with water. Absolutely, yeah. Cole's biggest weakness is the fact that because he is a battery, he actually cannot go in water. So that's his biggest weakness is that you definitely cannot cross the ocean with that character.
So, yeah, but you can just have Nova carry him, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. I just a cop-out answer because we already talked about her. I definitely would have Makoto. She's super into kung fu and martial arts, so she'd be really good at kicking zombies' butts. Because Cole and Nova are kind of shooting McShootingtons, and we need some fisticuffs.
Yeah, some melee
action. So, and then for those of you who don't know, I will be the Frank West. I will be the guy from Dead Rising, and I'll just take my bats and my camera, and I'll just use that as my weapons as I go about doing this. So yeah.
That's a legit choice. Definitely not what I expected, given your, vast nerdiness.
My background and my history and all that.
Yeah, your literal background of Funko Pops.
I know. Oh. Actually, believe it or not, I think they might have forgot a piece.
No.
I'm not kidding you. Hold on. I'm about to find out. I might have dropped it, and it might be just lost in all this nonsense.
Yeah. That's what I.
This is an interesting way to proceed. Yeah, because where would that be? I must have dropped it, right? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Maybe this next question
This thing's got to exist, right? Oh, there it is. There it is. I was like, because they tell you to open bag 1, and this is not bag 1, clearly. All right, hold on, wrong camera. This is clearly not bag 1. I opened bag 1, and bag 1 had all the other pieces, but this is bag 1. Doesn't tell you.
So
That's bad user experience, everybody.
So you're building Mario, right?
Yeah.
Does it not tell you on the Mario instructions? Says
Nope.
bag 1?
Nope.
No?
Well, it does tell you bag 1, but that bag didn't say bag 1.
Bag 1.
There you go. There you go. There he is.
Oh my gosh, his eyes.
He's chunky boy right there.
Cursed.
I wish I had the batteries, man.
He looks
Wish I had the
cursed.
there's gotta be something in here that I know takes AAA. That I could steal. I don't think I do though. Sucks.
Yeah, but you gotta get into building the actual thing.
Oh yeah, we gotta build.
We'll only have an hour and a half.
We'll definitely do that for sure.
Okay.
So
we're gonna move on to the actual interview questions.
Sure, go for it.
And for the chat, I actually made a separate interview questions document for just Blue.
I'm special.
So these questions you're not going to see at all asked from the other interviews if you guys watched it all. So first question, how lucky are you and why?
Oh. You know, I've had a lot of bad things happen to me this year that were all kind of luck based. And I don't need to go into details about them, but I am very fortunate that in 2020 and this time where we are in a very difficult space in the world, and I have an incredible job that I love so dearly. I have a great group of students like yourself, helping put together the Spirit Week, as well as folks that, just enjoy talking to me in general, which is wonderful. I have a wonderful community, like online community of friends that I can talk to, thanks to my podcast and stuff that I run. Actually, I see Tave Tendo in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. I can't believe you're just hanging out while I'm just talking about school stuff. For as much bad things that happen to me, I have so many good things that not a lot of people say they can have, and I'm incredibly lucky. I cannot say enough good things about that. Like, seriously, it's just incredible. So that's my 2 cents.
And I see you've got the app pretty much downloaded.
I do. I got the app up.
That's so neat.
It is really cool. Yeah. So I think I need to actually get the batteries, because it wants me to scan Mario in, and I don't think I can without the batteries.
Okay.
We can still make it work, though.
We can still try to make it work.
Yeah, we can do it. It's fine. Here, I'm gonna go away because it wants me to sign into Lego, so I'm gonna sign into Lego.
Oh yeah, you can't give us your.
Keep going, asking the questions though. It's fine.
Okay. Well, this might take a little bit more brain power, so I don't know.
No, it's okay. No, hey,
Right.
if I've proven anything myself, you gotta use the power of your brain to accomplish difficult things.
Okay. So I want you to spell diverticulous.
Wait, say that again.
I want you to spell diverticulous.
Diverticulous? Making sure I'm pronouncing that right.
Sorry. Diverticulitis. My bad.
Diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis.
Okay, Diverticulus.
You were one letter off.
Ah! Dang!
It's
So close.
itis, inflammation. Luke, it's basic entomology.
I don't know this stuff.
No, I
don't
just
know
did
jack
that.
about that. You're asking me questions that are like, I gotta use my brain. Jules, why are you doing this to me? I was being a jerk.
Funny. Okay. Okay, well, you're gonna have to use those 2 brain cells again, so.
Can you ask me more spelling questions? Because I don't know how much more brain spelling
No,
I can take.
that was the only one.
Oh, thank God.
Alright, so an apple costs 20 cents, an orange costs 40 cents, and a grapefruit costs 60 cents. How much does a pear cost? And I want you to think about this before you give me an answer.
Wait, say that one more time. I just want to make sure.
So an apple costs 20 cents, an orange costs 40 cents, and a grapefruit costs 60 cents. How much does a pear cost?
You can't. I mean, I assume it's so 20, 40, 80. So I assume the pear is the next one in the order. So
It's 20, 40, 60.
Yeah. Oh, 24, 60. So okay, in that case, it's it would be 80, right?
Is that your final answer?
I mean, that's as final as it's gonna get, man.
It's 20 cents.
You know what?
Each vowel is 10 cents.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, ask me the big brain questions, okay?
I didn't say it was gonna be easy.
What the? Okay, so apparently, just to let you guys know, so you guys can't see my profile information, but so the way that Lego does their profile names is like, so you have your email account, and then it like you get 3 words to put together. So I have first adventurous gibbon, but apparently my profile picture is this Duplo female girl thing. A little weird, not gonna lie.
That's your internet soda.
What? My internet's crapping?
No, your internet soda. It's your internet person.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Maybe your Lego soda.
All right. I'm trying to figure out how to get the instructions, man. Where are they?
Okay, so name 5 uses of a stapler besides stapling with it.
It could be a weapon.
I knew that was gonna be your first answer.
It could be furniture. You might just put it as like on your you can just oh, Mario, just work. I want you to work, man. Wow, you really actually have to. You have to have batteries for it to work. Oh, those people, those nincompoops at Nintendo. So it could be a furniture decorative item. It could be a weapon. It could be wall decor because you can like staple it into the wall and it just hangs there.
But wouldn't that be a part of like furniture decor?
Okay, I'll give you that one. It can act as a stand. You can put other things on it as like a stand.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
One more thing.
Oh man. You can use it to smash peanuts.
Okay, so like a peanut smasher, like
Yeah,
a
peanut
nut
smasher. But yeah, that would be another option with that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Those are fair answers. My first thought was like paperweight.
Okay, yeah, paperweight's a good one. Paperweight is a fantastic option.
But I knew that your first one was going to be weapon. I just knew
exactly. If you don't use a stapler as a weapon, you're not using the stapler correctly.
You're not using the stapler.
Yeah.
Guys, get the most mileage out of your staplers.
Exactly. So, chat, just to let you know what we're gonna do. So it seems like what sucks is I really like to show this off. You actually need to have AAA batteries inside of Mario to hook him up to the device, and then that's how you get access to all of your different instructions for all the different sets. Since I don't, I'm gonna double check my battery bag. I don't think I have AAAs in here though. I think it's just double A's, which sucks.
I can't believe you have a battery bag.
Well, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm actually curious. Hold on. Hold on.
What are you doing now?
So these are the batteries that are inside of my TV remote.
Oh my god.
They are AAAs.
Oh my gosh. Sacrifice the TV remote for the sake of the stream.
I'll take him out of Mario. I'll take him out of Mario once I need to actually turn off my monitor. It's not really a big deal. Okay, but there you go. You got your answer. I got my battery, so we can continue. Everything is fine.
Hooray for the TV remote.
Yay! Thanks, TV remote. You did your job.
Okay, so I know in your interview with Noah, you mentioned how you're not really much of a foodie person, you're more of a drink person.
Yes.
And so my question to you is, you can only drink one drink for the rest of your life. What would it be and why? And water is not an option.
Okay. All right. This is an easy one for me. My absolute favorite drink to drink is milk. If you want to be specific, 2%. Reason why is that I love the taste of milk. I actually really like the way it makes me feel afterwards because I really like tasty drinks. So like sodas, your fruit juices, stuff like that. But the thing with that, some of that stuff is that because it's very sugary, you don't feel very, like, you get that short burst of energy that you need sometimes. But then, like, you die afterwards because, like, that sugar rush is gone. And, like, it could be very short, it could be very long, depending on how much sugar you put in your body. But with milk, milk is a lot more, it's a different experience with milk because it's a lot more, like, it's actually healthy, like, actual healthy. It's not really sugar-based. Oh, my God. Those idiots! You idiot, Stimpy! Wait, hold on. No, never mind. Got it. I was like... I just don't know how to put in I don't know how to put in batteries, guys, okay? Just give me some slack.
Just having some trouble.
I'm having some trouble. But, yeah, milk is one of my absolute favorite things. I literally go through in a gallon, like a gallon and a half a week. That's how much I drink it. I tell people, because... So I like drinking soda. I don't do coffee. So, like, soda is, like, the only thing that I put... Like, it's caffeinated. It puts in my body. But even then, like, honestly, some of my favorite soda is ginger ale, which is usually not caffeinated. And
ginger ale is pretty good.
Yeah, so yeah, milk is actually kind of like my coffee, where like when I don't have my milk in the morning, I'm a little cranky boy sometimes.
You're a cranky man.
Yeah, I'm a little cranky boy.
Cranky
All
man.
right. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Oh,
he's alive.
Oh God, I don't know how I feel about this.
There he is. All right, so here we go.
I'm so disturbed. Just imagine, like, in the middle of the night, and you just see.
Oh yeah, he just turns on. He's like, all right, Jules.
Just like
look,
from the corner.
Look,
of the
he just
room.
wants to look at you while you sleep.
Jesus, no! Oh my God, that's so cursed.
All right.
I thought he was worse with his eyes like lifeless, but now I think it's a little bit worse.
All right, trying to hold on. So I'm trying to click the Bluetooth button. What? Okay, come on, buddy. Hook up with me, man.
Okay, Luke, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Oh. Okay, this is gonna sound really bad, so y'all need to stick with me, okay? So I absolutely hate geese. And I would fight the duck-sized horse, or no, not the duck-sized horse, the horse-sized duck, because I don't like those things. They poop everywhere.
They do,
and it makes me very upset.
Is that what upsets you the most?
Yeah, I hate poop. Yeah. Was it let others experience the creepy voices in the night? Yes. Come on, Mario. Bluetooth. Hook up, baby. Come on. You know what? Hold
Oh
on.
boy, Mario's doing his best, but
Yeah, he's
this is like, and you know how a lot of movies are based off of like really creepy dolls, like possessed dolls and things.
yeah.
Well,
This is
I
it.
think that's eventually going to evolve, and I think Mario is going to be the new Annabelle.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
That's
So
crazy.
just to show off, so there's this Bluetooth button on the back of Mario. It's at the top button, and you're supposed to click it, and it's supposed to like turn the thing on. I don't know if maybe I'm supposed to like click him on something. So there's the grass. So there you go. That's actually cool. So when you put him on the green, you guys could probably. It's hard because of the way the lighting on the camera is, but it actually turns green on his chest. It's kind of cool. And then see if he does it. Uh
Oh,
oh,
that's cool.
he's birding.
Oh,
That's hilarious. Oh wait, hold
that
on.
is
Here, let me see.
so creepy. With
I just
you've
want
done
you
a
guys to
lot
hear
of
that
weird
Mario
stuff
ASMR
before.
right there.
Shoot.
There you go. He's in the water. He's all happy. Mario, hook up to the app, buddy. Actually, I might. You know what? This is what I might do. I might just.
Okay.
Anyway, keep going. Ask your
So-
questions. I'm here. I'm alive.
So I know you're playing Legos right now.
I
You're
know. I'm
building
playing.
Legos.
I'm being a real adult. All right.
What was your dream job as a kid?
Oh, this is hilarious. So the real dream when I was a kid, you know, going into the high school and stuff, is that I always wanted to write comic books. I loved
Really?
superheroes growing up, and I really just I love those worlds. They mean a lot to me. They mean a lot to a lot of people. I love those types of characters and like what they mean for, you know, the worlds and what they represent, especially like in 2020. You know, I think one of my new favorite characters is Miles Morales from the, you know,
Yeah.
technically he's from Ultimate Spider-Man, because for those of you who do not know, Miles Morales' start was from when in the original Ultimate Spider-Man line, the Ultimate Peter Parker died, and Miles Morales actually took up the reins to become the new Spider-Man. So that's actually where he comes from. And I just know how much those characters mean to people, and I always just want to write a story with a character that is so relatable, you know, because like to like like a wide stream of people, and that's always something I wanted to do. Just because I want people to meet. I want a character like Spider-Man that people can look up to, you know, because I always looked up to Peter Parker when I was a kid, so I just want to make someone like that for people.
So you wanted to be a comic book artist? That's so cool.
Yeah, that was me.
I think at some point I wanted to be like an astronaut, or like shoot, I remember like wanting to also be a scientist, because, you know, cool experiments and like all the cool things that you could do. So mine were a little bit more like on the
Yours a little bit more on the real side.
real side. I guess I don't know how real being an astronaut would be, but at least for me, I do fine in oh shoot, he's connected.
Yeah, he's finally connected.
Here we go.
He needs an update.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're updating Mario. Oh no. Didn't take that. Go for it though. Keep talking. I'm enjoying this conversation.
No, because I thought being an astronaut was so cool. I wanted to go to space, and there were, at the time when I was growing up, there weren't as many female astronauts.
Yes.
And that, because I remember my elementary going on a trip to like this museum, like for the Challenger. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah,
that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we went on that, and I remember getting a shirt there, and it being my favorite shirt for a while. And I just thought it was so cool, how cool it would be to see the Earth from space. And I don't know, it made me think a lot about our place in the world as a kid. And that was probably a lot for like an 8-year-old. But obviously now my priorities and my goals have changed, but I still think it'd be neat.
I think you actually something you brought up there. I wanna bring up because I think it's actually super important. Something I've definitely an epiphany moment that happened to me is that you talk about how there weren't a lot of female astronauts, and
Yeah.
I think obviously I'm a dude, so I can't relate on the female side. But something that really stood out to me this year was I was playing this little game called Ghost of Tsushima, which if you do not know what
Yeah.
it is you are essentially trying to basically live the samurai dream, samurai slash ninja dream, and the main character, his name is Jin Sakai, and obviously of Asian descent, and it was the first time that I actually as a white male wanted to be not white, and I think it's really important that we have these different, like, we need this representation in
Right.
all these different industries, because like you want someone to identify with, because I want to be like, literally this summer I wanted to be Jin Sakai, and like part of the thing is that because with growing up with liking Spider-Man, like Peter Parker, like we literally almost look identical, like the hairstyle from the
Yeah.
way I flick it back, tall nerdy white kid dude, but it's like,
Super lanky,
yeah, exactly, super lanky and everything,
super
but
nerdy.
I mean, no, but like that's just important, because I didn't realize, it's like, you realize and you speak the good word, but there's a difference when there's actually someone you look at and you actually aspire to be, because I really like Jen as a character, but the thing is that I could never technically be Jin because of the, obviously we're not the same race, but I want to still be him. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't
Right.
matter to me. I want to be that character and like strive for that. And I think what Jin represents for a large, obviously Asian population, I think is really important, because we need these strong characters, or even just figureheads of different professional fields to represent that. And I really definitely want to spread that message of like, hey, representation's good. We need that, and even as the basic white dude from Indiana, I want representation. So it doesn't matter who you are, go freaking strive for whatever the heck you want to do, because that's important to me. So go do it, or I'll
What
hunt you
just
down and
popped up
force you to do it.
on your screen?
Oh, so
What's
it's a
going
set.
on?
I can finally build the thing, man.
Oh, holy crap!
I
So
know.
now you've got the steps,
So yeah,
and
so
you've got
what's cool?
videos.
So the running joke I have with all apps is the fact that all apps are lists. So literally, when you're looking at this
Yes.
iPad app right now,
It's
it's
a
literally a list. Because what's happening is we're actually going through, so like it's all the different steps for putting the set together and understanding how it's all supposed to work. And what's also super cool about this is that since Mario, he actually is a physical. So when I actually do this, he actually does the jump. Here, I'll make it so you guys can hear it.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so
Oh wow,
yeah.
that is so cool.
So like when you jump up and stuff like that, he actually makes a noise, and like when he touches the ground, he makes obviously his color changes. Like he'll make different noises, whether it's in the water or the fire or whatnot. So these are videos that are actually showing off. So like right here, this is showing off like what Mario will do. I think I have the sound turned off. It actually makes noise too, which is pretty
That
cool.
is so cool.
Because all this is it's just one giant list app, and that's what honestly all applications are, is that they're all list apps. And I hate saying it like that, but it's true, because you're literally taking this data, all this information and data, and
And putting it into lists.
yeah, exactly. Now I guess we're building a Goomba now, so we're gonna build
Yeah.
a Goomba. Oh, here we
Okay.
go. Look at this. Oh, that's
Open
cool.
back two. That is really cool.
Oh,
Holy
that's
crap.
dope. Yeah, so I gotta go open back to wherever it is. Here it is. So here, I'm gonna make some room on my desk here.
There you go.
It's great.
Alright.
This is Jules. You're doing a great job. You're making this very, very interesting for us to do. So I appreciate this.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Give me some
No,
good points to talk about.
I really appreciate you bringing that up, because, like I mentioned, there's not that many female astronauts. Like when I was growing up, and I mean, I'm not that old, but you know, I can still remember it mostly being male.
Right.
And you know, scratch out even having like minorities. Um, so, and I think that dream for me changed and kind of evolved into something a little bit more personal. At least when I started in tech, there wasn't really like I feel like a lot of support for me at least. It was really nerve-wracking because I had started out in high school taking web design, web development, and other computer courses, and I was really interested in tech, and I wanted to see if maybe that's something that I could study in college, and obviously I went with it. Here I am in CIT. But there's definitely been a lot of doubt throughout the years, like almost every semester for me.
No.
Like, is this the right field for me? Because, you know, sometimes I think to myself, like, I'm going into a predominantly male field, and when I do find women in tech, you know, the women that I've interviewed this week, Carrie, Hong Gao, and last night, Angie, I have been even more inspired to continue to push on, because I feel like that representation is so important, and I feel so inspired when I do see women and women of color in these fields, and it broadens. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry that you're talking about something very important, but I have to bring some levity as I have Mario just hop on this little stupid Goomba.
No, I really like it.
Yeah, I know. It's adorable.
Mario's still cursed.
I know. Also, I have to show this off really fast, and I'll let you continue your point, because this is something I want to show off. So this is super great because also in a list, literally all these different steps are a list that you can scroll through and stuff. And like this, actually building out this bar right here is relatively simple to build in like traditional like HTML application stuff. And one thing I really liked, I remember seeing this shown off, is that you can actually rotate the piece on the step. So if you get confused on where a piece should go, so for example, like right here, you might get lost on where some of those pieces are supposed to go, but you can rotate and see. I think that's super clever, really good design right there. And what's nice too is that since I completed it, it actually gave me a check mark, letting me know that I completed the step. So, all right, sorry to interrupt you, but please continue. Okay. You are speaking about something very awesome right now, and I want you to continue.
So yeah, that was really it, and I feel really inspired by seeing that representation, and I think it's so important, like you said, to have that representation. And I think it's, even though like your dream was to be like a comic book artist as a kid, I still think you are making that same impact with the students that you have. I hear all the time, you know, from students, you know, how much they love Professor Luke Jones. But then I also hear, but here, let me bring your ego down a notch, because I also hear how they're the opposite, you know.
Oh yeah, no, they're like, no, he sucks.
I want to be spoon-fed. Tell me. Okay, so all right. Next question. Name your top 3 favorite video games.
Oh, jeez, you're asking me a tough question.
Yeah.
So this changes over time, because as you know, the reason why I actually have this list jotted down in my notes, and I look at it every so often, because I know it sounds weird, but like, you know, video games have been a lot to me over the years, because it's a way that you can interact in these worlds with these characters, and they mean so much to you because you get to be a part of their world. Insert the Little Mermaid song here. But it's super important because, you know, these are the things that inspired me to actually do what I want to do today. You know, it's funny that you mentioned about, like, you know, I didn't do the comic book thing, but I still get to do the same message. And honestly, that's what I discovered is, like, you know, in a comic book, you're writing a fictional character that people are looking up to. But when you're a teacher, you are the character that they're looking up to. And that's definitely, like, the big thing. My favorite video games that that I always talk about, like, have that same message. and like there are definitely different games with different styles that I reflect upon and stuff, but like definitely for sure, um, these games that I'm about to say, they're very, very important to me. Um, so to start at number three, I actually already mentioned this game earlier. Is Infamous.
Mhm.
Infamous is when I first played Infamous. Infamous, the original one, came out in 2009 on PlayStation 3, and I actually got it the year it came out. I got it on my birthday when I turned 15. So I want you to think about all those of you who are listening right now. When 2009, how old you were? Because it's so weird to think about. Because when I was 15, my brother was 8 years old. So like,
Oh
it's
yeah.
a weird like age thing. And I know a lot of people that are in my classes were actually like the same age as my brother,
Mhm.
going into college. So my brother just started college. But I digress. But the thing that it stands out to me about Infamous is the fact that the story is an origin story of a superhero trying to discover who he wants to be, and
Mhm.
it's about him trying to make these decisions of, how he wants the city to view him, how he wants his significant other, his best friend, to view him with the actions he's doing, and it's
Mhm.
really this story of how he's growing up to be, either this savior of the city, or he wants to be someone that is feared and like is this powerful figure. And I always thought that story was super compelling, and I really looked up to it because, especially when you're going into high school, because I was going to high school that year, a
Mhm.
character that's trying to find himself is super important and relatable. Even if let's say if I was going off to college, like if I played that game right before I went off to college, I probably would have felt the same things. Because when that transition period is all about trying to find yourself, and
Right.
I still play Infamous to this day. Like I literally actually played it again this year, and I absolutely adore it. The story gets you, the gameplay's great. Obviously I haven't even mentioned the gameplay, but the story itself just captivates me so much. Because and then it intertwines with you're running around being this electrical superpowered, lack of better term, badass. Where he's just shooting electricity out of his hands and like taking people out, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like every time he's doing that, what is the decision behind doing that? Is it trying to make sure the city is safe, or is it trying to make sure impose fear into people's eyes,
Right.
which is super important for how you want to be viewed in the world, because that's how everything that we do.
Mhm.
So I'll get off my Infamous tirade because I could talk about that game forever. Um,
Number
the
two.
next game is one we already also kind of mentioned. Is Persona 5.
Yeah.
Persona 5. I always tell the story about how I was living at home with my parents, or starting grad school, and it was an interesting time in my life per se, because when you're, what was it, I was 22. I was 22 years old. Living with your parents is not necessarily the most happiest of times in your life,
Yeah.
and it was kind of this thing of, I bought Persona 5 out of a whim because I had played Persona 4 and really liked it, and I was like, and I was like, I was gonna give this game a shot. I don't know if I'm gonna actually play it right now. I just got done playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I picked up Persona, and I just instantly fell in love with this game, and because the characters, the story is so relatable, because it's also all about trying to find yourself and show off who you really want to be,
Right.
and I think a lot of us young people identify with that story, because especially in 2020, we're all just trying to like show off who we really want to be in this world, and I think that's super important story to tell. And the characters are super stylish. I love the comic book art. Um, I think it's super. I just really enjoyed that game. That game really hit a heartstring. And I obviously can't see it with this camera view, but I have all the Persona 5 Funkos. I own the art book. I platinum Persona 5. And for those of you who don't
Oh
know,
my
Persona
gosh.
5 is a very long JRPG.
Yeah.
So it's not a walk in the park. But
It
it's
is. It's definitely a long game.
this is a very long game. But I really enjoyed my time with Persona. Definitely something I recommend anyone to play if you get the chance to. Because it's definitely another game where it's about finding yourself. And like meeting all these wonderful characters and watching those characters like find themselves too, because that's also part of the
Mhm.
story, which I really love. And my absolute new favorite game of all time. I say new because it just came out this year, and I already mentioned it as well. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
It's funny because the guys who made Infamous are the same guys who made Ghost, and it shows because they basically kind of take that same premise of a character Jin Sakai and made him someone I absolutely adore. Because of his whole story is he's trying to save his island, but as a samurai, the samurai have to live by a code, and
Right.
he has to decide whether or not to break that code, or he can honor the samurai way. And there's lots of little decision things that you watch him do, and he realizes that
Hmm.
it's better to save all those around him rather than trying to honor some stupid code thing. And I really appreciate that story that they told, and I really like that world. It actually taught me a lot about Japanese culture, especially in 2020, just being a lot more open minded to different cultures and stuff. It's not just the game itself, but like the actual culture of everything. I really dug it. So it
Let's
was super cool.
go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So while I'm talking about my favorite games of all time, I built my first course. So there it is. Oh, here we go. Mario's going in. Oh,
Oh
he's
my
going in.
god.
I finished my course.
That is amazing.
I love this. Is super cool.
He's still cursed. I'm
I
sorry.
know
I'll
he's,
play
he's,
it
he's
again.
gonna he's gonna haunt you in your dreams.
Okay. All right. So this one's a little bit shorter, but what kitchen appliance would you be and why?
What kitchen appliance I would be and
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough question.
And chat, feel free to like also answer these as well. I wanna see everyone's responses.
Um, I think I think if I was supposed to be a kitchen appliance, it'd be the spatula. Give me a spatula. I know it's not a
It's a
compliance
tool.
tool. Okay, fine. The oven, or not the oven, Jesus. Um, the
Microwave?
the stovetop pans. I cook
Stovetop.
a lot. I cook a lot with the stovetop pan. I actually really enjoy cooking. And the stovetop pan is usually my weapon of choice when I do such
Okay,
things. So
that's fair. I would say the oven. I love baking.
that's a
So
pretty good
that
one.
is, yeah. And I think any food like is so good heated in the oven. Like pizza rolls, for example, do not
Yeah,
microwave
don't
them.
yeah, don't put that
Do
stuff in a
not microwave.
microwave.
I
Anyone that's
know it's
just in
so
college,
tempting.
don't do that. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I know it's so tempting, but they're a million times better if you bake them in the oven. Um, I mean, cookies, man, cookies come out of the oven. You don't want a microwave cookie. That's just
Why would you
bad.
ever do that? Don't tell me you know someone who's microwave cookies before. Please God, tell me. All right, I won't. I don't answer it. Don't answer it. Just don't even answer. I don't want to even know. Um, I don't
Or
want to know.
even just like, because have you not seen those like hacks online? Like make a microwave cookie or microwave a cake or a brownie, and I'm like, just make them
No.
in the oven.
Why?
It's
I
a
was
million
like,
times
why?
better.
I mean, I get it because I was actually someone in my Disney villainous community that's in there. They actually talked to me about how they majored in food science, and part of what food science honestly is you're basically trying to study like how the process of basically doing all the
Yeah.
manufacturing of the
Hmm.
food. And like sometimes like when you go through the store aisles like in the refrigerated stuff, like I was at Target with my brother today, and I saw like microwavable pigs in a blanket. And I was just like, part of the fun of pigs in a blanket is actually like oven baking
Making it.
the Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
I just said Tootsie Rolls. Why?
Zero.
The Crescent Rolls. Yeah, you're gonna oven bake Tootsie Rolls. Yeah, that's a good
Oh
idea.
yeah, that sounds
Um,
delicious.
I know. Um, that's just, and it's like I
Pigs in
was
a
like, what the heck? And
blanket.
he's like, yeah, that stuff exists, man. And I'm like, man, I must eat way too healthy because that stuff just sounds nasty. Just how,
It
how much
does.
preservatives and stuff is in that crap?
No, I just bake it in the oven. Like
Yeah,
it's
please.
besides like microwaves um literally alter food. They
Yes,
do.
they
They do
do.
alter the chemical composition of food. And that's why it tastes weird when you reheat something that's been baked or cooked. It just tastes different because like it's microwaving it literally alters it. And it's just bake it or reheat it on the cooktop, like on the
Just yeah,
stove
no,
top.
seriously. I have a toaster oven for this reason because what's nice about a
Yes.
toaster oven is that like you still like sometimes when you need to do something quick or whatnot, it helps
Mm-hmm.
still get the job done, but it still toasts things and like makes
Yeah.
it feel like the oven and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's how I that's actually how I do a lot of like my BLT sandwiches, stuff like that. I really enjoy that stuff. Um,
Okay, Luke, question.
yes.
How many gas stations do you think there are in the United States?
Why are you gonna ask me these weird questions?
I
Was it
told you they weren't gonna be normal.
No, that's funny. It's gotta be over a million, right?
Is that your final answer?
I mean, it's over a million. I can't tell you what the exact number is. It's gotta be over a million. That's my final answer. Locking
Okay,
it in.
it's 168,000.
Well, I was definitely way off.
Yeah.
I don't know how to count gas stations. I mean, you see a gas station like every which way, you know? It's like
Yeah, I know. You would think like as big as the United States is, there would be like at least a million, right? No,
right.
I thought that too, but like I looked it up and there was an actual survey done, counting like all of the retail gas stations, like certified gas stations there are, and it's 168,000.
That's so interesting to me because when I was driving today, I don't drive as often because when you live in the city, just driving is not necessarily something you have to do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was driving, it's still like you drive even in the city. There's still lots of gas stations,
Yeah.
all over the place. So it was just really interesting. I mean, like when you said that, it's like I'm pretty sure just with me driving today, I saw at least 10 different gas stations. Because I wonder what that survey you're filling out, because I know there's a lot of those gas stations that are
Mm-hmm.
like home market things or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
that are like locally owned by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they approach what they do. I totally
Okay.
jacked up how this thing was supposed to be built, but it's fine. Um,
Gotta fix it.
no, it's like, yep, it's okay. I've been building Legos for years, man. I know how to do this stuff. Um, but
Okay, so quick question. Well, it's not quick. Let me be honest. It's
it's,
not a
it's
quick
fine. It's
question.
okay. It
It's
doesn't have to
actually
be quick.
it's a pretty deep one.
I like deep questions. That's what I
What
live
were
for.
you like in high school?
Oh God. Um. All right, that's the question. Um.
I want to know all the juicy stuff.
So I have an answer, but I need to make sure I say it correctly. So because you want that vivid detail. You want
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You want them juicy deets. I know how you people are. So honestly, I probably overall am not different, much different than the person I am now.
Mhm.
The biggest caveat I would say is if I can figure out how to stack this thing on the thing. Yeah, because that made a whole lot of sense. Um, is I was probably a lot less calm, a lot less
Mhm.
patient. That was like probably my biggest things because I was not a patient person in high school. So when it came
Very
to waiting on
interesting.
anything, I was just not there at all. And I was also a lot more energetic. I was a lot
Mhm.
more. I don't want to say crazy, but a lot more energy. Per se, never had ADHD or anything, so that's not in my bloodstream. But I definitely was a lot more hyper per se, a lot more outspoken, probably even when I probably shouldn't have been. Something I've definitely learned over the years is that I've had to calm down a little bit and watch what I say, because one of the things when you're in a teaching position, you people really look up to what you have to say and they listen to the opinions you have.
Mhm.
And even actually being a part of an online community, that it kind of, I don't want to say run because run's not the right term, but a kind of a big figurehead in there. I what is it? People listen to what you have to say, and that's really important to make sure that you watch what you say and how you say it and how it's going to affect not just four people, affect all people. Because that was definitely something when I was in high school that I just did not care about. I only spoke what I cared about for me. Not to say I was a selfish guy, because I don't think I've ever been selfish, but it's more to the fact of like, hey, how do your words affect other people as well? So honestly, not much different. Still a goofy guy. I remember I was the kid that mom, if you're listening to this afterwards, don't hate me. But when I would get money for food, I would totally use it to go buy comic books and video games and all that stuff. Um, yeah, so I was that guy. I love me some comic books and video games and just hanging out playing board games and stuff like that. Still the same dude,
Oh, yeah.
same crazy guy. Just a lot
Just
more
a little
lot
less
more calm.
patient.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm just a lot less patient, a lot less more rebellious. I still consider myself a rebel, but a more appropriate rebel rather than someone who's just gonna like try to lead the charge and try to change the world only for whatever his opinion is rather than the world's opinion. So.
Right. So, like, following up with that, what were some of your previous jobs before
Huh.
working at IUPUI?
Huh. Um. So, do you want me to go into jobs that don't have to do with the teaching because I've done lots of teaching? Do you want
No,
to talk?
yeah, yeah. Just give me like just other jobs that you've done.
Oh man, where do I start? Um, so first fun fact: never worked a fast food job, never worked at a restaurant. Believe it or not, very lucky about that because I know a lot of you folks in the food services industry are getting blasted right now. But I did actually a lot of lifeguarding and teaching
Oh,
swim lessons. So I actually worked a lot in pools. Because actually, when I was in my sophomore year of high school, I got my CPR and my lifeguard license.
nice.
So I did that for quite a few years. And then once I got to college, I kind of stopped because I actually taught at the IUPUI natatorium
Mhm.
for swim lessons for a year, and I realized I didn't want to teach at pools anymore because I want to go do something else with my life. So I was like, "Yep, I want to go kind of pursue my career." So the last job I did before I kind of went into more of the tech side was I worked actually at the research center in the library downstairs, and I just did like graphic
Mhm.
design work for them. So that's mainly like I lifeguarded at two different pools and I taught swim lessons at three different pools. I
Mhm.
also did some like off the cuff like lifeguarding gigs for like small pool parties and stuff to make some extra money. Or actually, when I was in high school, I actually would do it to get volunteer hours in. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's what that was my previous job history. That's really what because after that research position at the library at IUPUI, as I dropped my tree, it was mainly stuff to do with academia and teaching and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. So this one might be a little controversial. I don't
Okay,
know.
that's fine. I like controversial
Um,
topics.
but if you could tell your previous boss, any of your previous bosses,
Oh,
anything,
oh,
what would it be?
don't be a jerk. Um, I will not speak too much on that one. Because honestly, that's the only one. Because most of my bosses that I've had in my lifetime have been pretty good. I
Hmm.
haven't had a bad boss, per se.
Lucky.
I
Very
definitely
lucky.
had some like the little things here and there and stuff, but nothing ever anything too crazy. But there was one job I
Hmm.
worked at, which I will not say what job it was. That was the one where I definitely said some choice words to some people and yeah, so that's all. That's all I'm gonna say. And honestly, when I mean don't be a jerk, I really do mean that. In the nicest of ways because um, just you gotta be nice to everybody, and
Yeah.
that person,
Especially if you're hiring like minors or just anyone younger than
yeah,
you. Like,
exactly. Like that's how I'll put it because
yeah.
that was one of those situations where I just didn't feel very comfortable where I was,
Hmm.
and I actually addressed that with some people there at the company, and I actually talked to their HR person of all people, just kind of talking out my feelings and stuff because there was just some stuff that I just wasn't happy with, and it didn't end well. So
Hmm.
And this is me older when Luke was also a lot less outspoken and he was a lot calmer. Um,
An
this is
important note
that
to
Luke,
make.
and yeah, you can only imagine where that went.
Yeah. So, no, I completely agree with you on that. I've had some instances where, like, for example, I'm not going to name any names, but when I was working a retail job, um, I was only hired on uh, at first as like help. So I was only seasonal help.
Oh,
And
I gotcha.
I was working with one of the she was the assistant manager at the time, and it, so the store had opened like on noons on Sunday, and I was essentially, and this was like high school me. I was like a high school
Oh
senior.
yeah, then
I
the high
had
school. Yeah, exactly. There we
yeah,
go.
and I went to work early every day. And there was a store right next door that we were also like, I was friends with a couple of the employees there. So I usually would just hang out for a couple of minutes before they would open too. And that assistant manager ended up not showing up at all. Um, and I had to like panic call the manager to come in, and we had to like, address all of these customers that had been waiting. And I was like on the verge of tears, by the way.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, because
I
you're high
was,
school and you don't know
yeah,
any
I was
better,
like,
you
I
know.
felt so bad because people were coming up to the door. It was locked, the lights weren't on, nothing was on. And I didn't have keys. I was seasonal help.
Exactly.
Um, and that was probably when she had not responded, and it was so like that was probably the first time I had regretted like having a retail job because I was like, this is a horrible feeling. And then of course I had later complications with like other stuff, but I think that was probably the most memorable part. And I was like,
Yeah, you're
if
probably
you're
like,
if
hey,
you're
show
in
up to
a
work, please.
yeah, if you're in a management position, if you're like a manager, an assistant manager, and you just like leave your seasonal help to just fend for themselves, like I'm pretty sure she ended up like made the decision to just not come in at all, which would have been like what? um, she did
There
get
you go.
fired.
There you go, Jules.
To give you a
Let it
little
all out.
closure.
Let it all
Yeah, it
out,
was
Jules.
whack. I wish I could, and I want to say more, but I can't.
No, I get it. I understand. No.
But yeah, it was so traumatizing, and I'm like, don't put high school students through that. I was a anxiety filled. I'm
I
still
know,
anxiety,
teenager. I
but I
know.
was an anxiety filled teenager, um, who had a million things on her plate, and like just trying to do her job.
Yeah, and honestly, like you bring up an excellent point that I'm trying to really echo this. I echo this a little bit on stream on my interview. I talk about this on a daily with my community members of the community I'm part of online. Um, you got to understand, what when you take an action,
Mm,
what is who does that affect? Who is that directly affecting? Like what when you do that action, what is that benefiting? Is it benefiting you or is it benefiting a large spread of people? Because
mm,
I can't say because I never worked retail, so I don't know how that like all the things that go into running a retail store
mm,
and all that, but people like, and for your shoes it's like you're in high school, it might be one of your
right.
first jobs, you're trying to make money, that money might be going to something that's very needed, part of your life,
Mm,
and you're trying to do this first day, and when you on your first day, the first day should be easy, like it may not be
right.
easy, but at least shouldn't try to murder you or something
Yeah.
like
I'm
that.
pretty
And
sure it was like my first like week or two that happened.
right. And the thing is, people have to understand that when you make a decision, what is the perspective?
Mm-hmm.
Like what are you putting on your perspective hat and seeing how that could be affecting other people around you, especially in
Mm,
the environment that you're in. And I think one thing I really would like to try to drill home, in anything that I say and do, and I really try to do this in my classes as well, is make sure that whenever you're asking a question or you're requesting something, make sure it's not just about you. It's you're trying to help. The message that you're trying to give out is going to help a lot of people. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters the most is your message going to help a lot of people or is it only going to help you? And, and sometimes indirectly, it's going to help you. Absolutely for sure. I've been there before where I've had to speak up about stuff. And in reality, it's definitely the idea behind my message is like, hey, I'm trying to make sure that everyone around me is also happy, healthy, and safe. I don't want other people to feel endangered or unsafe or unwelcomed and stuff like that. And that's something. What I suggest to all of you is, and I'm not saying I'm the perfect, I am the best at doing this. Is just kind of make sure that whenever you take an action, is who is that affecting? Like how is that affecting the person that you're talking to? How is that affecting, you know, the possibly other people that person is related to or something like that because you never want to indirectly hurt somebody. You want to actually think about everyone around you. That's what's super important. That's something we definitely, I mean, I definitely learned in 2020, and I think a lot of people other have too. And the thing too is like I would like to say that I've thought that way my entire life, but definitely in 2020 it's really helped put on a new perspective for me to literally like think about, hey, like where are we coming from? Like where are you coming from? That type of ordeal. And that definitely helps. And sometimes that involves having tough conversations. But the thing is you gotta be okay with having those tough conversations too. Sorry to get on my soapbox, but
No, it's okay.
no, you brought up an excellent point with that because like I really want folks to lift each other up, not just themselves. I think that's the biggest takeaway from that. Because obviously that manager of that store was trying to take care of herself possibly, but didn't realize the ramifications of not showing up to work with a new person there. How that could, especially when they're in high school and that might be their first job and they're trying to do all this other things like you talked about. It's like just understanding like where you're coming from. And there you go. Gonna step off my soapbox.
Yeah, and that's such an important point you make. Where I think in the US, individualism and individuality is such a prominent culture here.
Yes.
And I think that's why it's so hard for a lot of people to think about what they're doing and how that affects others. And I think more now than ever, that's something that, and everyone needs to learn a little bit of empathy.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think from the teacher perspective, I was actually talking about this yesterday. I was actually doing a small interview project for helping out a fellow lecturer, Rob Elliott. Shout outs to Rob. Don't know if you're watching right now, but I'm calling you out right now. But we talked about how where was I going with this? My brain left me. Empathy, or from the instructor perspective, because as the instructor, really what you want is you want all the students to be the perfect student. You want them all to be motivated. You want them all to be driven and
excited to learn.
That's just not how it works. And that's the thing is you gotta just learn how to do that. You gotta learn how to be empathetic to your students, and and like understand like where they're coming from and not and like sure you're gonna get the student that's gonna complain and not want to try, but you also can't just sit there and pretend that every student is gonna be the superstar. And they're gonna need extra help. And as I've talked about on Tuesday, I'm not really a spoon feedy type of instructor. I don't like giving the answers. But the thing is, I could be the instructor that says figure it out for yourself and not give any guidance at all. But I do try to make sure I do that with my students. For when they do ask the questions, I'm gonna definitely help guide them to their answer. But I'm not gonna give them the answer. But it's different from me just being like, nope, I'm not gonna help you. Because you're not being a good student. That's just the wrong thing to say. And honestly, that's not I mean, that's not how I think. That's not how I think of the students either.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. But the thing is, if you say that you're not going to help them, you're giving off the message to a student of that you don't
Like,
care, and then that's how
yeah.
they turn off. And I hate doing that because I want everyone to succeed. It's just like what I said to Noah on Tuesday, that really the goal of all of my instruction, by the time that you graduate or taken all of my major classes, is I want you to be better than me or be on the road to be better than me. And
Mm-hmm.
I really do mean that, because honestly, at the end of the day, is I not only want you to be a better programmer, but I want you to be a better person,
Right.
than me. And like that's watching me make mistakes and make flaws, and laugh at them, and that's fine. But I also want to make sure that it's being excellent to each other. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. They say that for a reason. Be
Mm-hmm.
excellent to each other. It's a major component of that. So
All right, so I'm gonna move on to our next question. So if someone wrote a biography about you, what would the title be?
okay, I know what it would be. I don't want to say it though. The reason for it is it has a lot of sentimental meaning to me,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of meaning behind what that is. Um, the only hint I will give is that there's a trophy in Persona 5 Royale, that is titled after that book, title of me, that you so propose. Just
Okay.
because I don't want to give it away. Um, But I will say, if you go do your due diligence, if you just go to PlayStation trophies and go to Persona 5 Royale,
Hmm.
it's one of the first ones. That's another hint, that you'll get in the game. But it's and the thing is, it's funny because I've been using that quota before, like, for a long time before the second edition of Persona 5 came out. And it was so weird when I started booting up Persona for the sixth time at that point, and that trophy popped, and I was like, "Wow, those guys just hit it on the head for me. They knew what was going on." Um, but yeah. So I don't want to give it away because it actually does have a lot of sentimental value to me, but it is definitely very special. So
Uh, okay, I'll ask you later.
okay, yeah, you're gonna ask me later and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But in the
I,
public eye, I will not say it.
okay, that's fine. All right, so oh, this one's good. Um, what instantly, what makes you instantly angry at the slightest mention of it?
Oh my god. So this is a funny one. This is a really funny one, and a lot of people are gonna be upset when I say it. Um, do you want to know how much I hate sweatpants? I hate sweatpants. I hate
You
looking
hate
at
something.
sweatpants. I hate wearing sweatpants. I hate everything about sweatpants. I just hate them. I don't. They're not comfortable. They don't look good. They're not stylish. And the thing is, don't you dare tell me, oh, but they make the nice felty sweatpants with a different material. No, all sweatpants suck. Sweatpants can just go, freaking fly out a window. I hate sweatpants. Sweatpants suck. Don't wear sweatpants, people. I hate them.
Oh
Screw you,
my god, that's so
sweatpants.
good. That is so good. Oh,
All right, yeah, there you go. There's my tirade.
oh man.
I I I
Luke absolutely hates sweatpants. So if
I
anyone wants to
I, I
make
despise
Luke
I
mad.
despise sweatpants with a passion. So don't talk about sweatpants in my presence. Don't do it. Don't do
Okay,
it.
so I saw that you made Bowser Jr.
I did.
I actually really like how he looks. Can you give us a close up?
Yeah, I can.
Wow, like he
I know.
actually
So Bowser Jr. is actually one of my favorite characters from Mario.
really okay.
Yeah, I really like his design. Honestly, that's what it is. I like the little miniature version of the Bowser essentially, because I actually really like Bowser as well, which is funny because I'm not really a big fan of Mario, but I like all the other characters of Mario.
Mm.
But yeah, I really like Bowser Jr. He's really cool.
Have you
And
played
what's
him
cool
in
is that
Bash?
apparently, so I got to turn the Mr. Mario back on. Lego Mario. Here we go. He's gonna bounce. Here, wait, hold on.
Oh, Oh crap.
It's pretty cool.
So, have you played Bowser Jr. in Smash?
No, I don't play. Actually, my main in Smash is Kirby. Um, I've been playing Kirby and Smash since the original Nintendo 64, and I believe it or not. So for those of you who do not know the Smash Brothers scene, usually in most of the games, Marth, Fox or Falco, um, oh God, what's the? I don't know who the new top characters are, um, but uh, but those are usually the top tiers. And I actually
Mhm.
I took Kirby to a Smash Brothers tournament in the University of Washington, and I smoked a bunch of Mars. And did I
Oh
win
my
that
gosh.
tournament? Yes, I did.
Oh my
With Kirby,
gosh.
Kirby and Sonic all the way. Um, and I won, so
Wow.
it was a fun time.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. That's fair.
yeah, it
That's
was a good
fair.
time.
All right. So, if you could only choose one song to play every time you walked into the room for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, ho, 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 oh, oh, that's a tough one because there's a lot. Um,
Yeah, but you can only choose one,
I
Luke.
know that's the
So,
problem. That's the thing. I got to think of one. Also, Tave, but I thought sweatpants were better than cargo shorts. No, cargo shorts are the best thing in the world. Sweatpants can just go fly out a window. Um, I was Tave knows what I'm talking about because I talked about cargo pants the other day on stream, or something like that.
I
I
hate cargo
think if there
shorts.
was one song that I would definitely say is my like intro song, um, is I was actually listening to it today. Was
Mhm.
because I actually don't play this song very often. It's called "Could Have Been Me" by the Struts. Um,
Okay.
so it's actually first heard this song. If you guys played the 2016 reboot of Ratchet and Clank, there was a launch trailer for that game that had it was playing that song with like because it's basically the reintroduction of Ratchet and Clank and their story,
Yeah.
and that song plays and it's so perfect. And I remember listening to it, and that's like the song where I'm like, it's like the get up and like wake up song and just like go about your day song,
Mhm.
and you're just like ready to go. I really like that song a lot. It's a very good song. Um,
Okay.
so yeah,
Yeah.
that is my answer to that question.
All right. That's fair. So, my next one would be if you could get rid of any state, what would it be?
Oh, any state?
Yeah. So, like, no questions asked. The US just, like, completely removes that state. That state just disappears.
I don't want to answer this.
Why?
I don't want to.
Why?
There's a reason for that. I might not tell you that. I might not tell you that answer. Um, for reasons which I could tell you later, but I think you might know. Um, because I'm trying to think if there's any other state. No, no, there's no other state. That one that'd be the one to go. That'd be the one to go. I will not say this on stream, but I know
Okay.
what my answer would be.
Can you send it on to me on Discord
I will
later?
tell you. I will send it to you on Discord right now. So give me one.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I'm gonna send it to you on my
That's
phone.
fair.
Because
So, Tave
if I
says,
pull that, because right, Discord is like right behind you on the Zoom thing, so they would totally like see me try to type it out.
okay. So Tave says Dream by Stan Bush from Transformers the
Oh,
movie.
dude, that's a good one. That's a
That is
really
a
good
good
song.
one. That is a good one.
That's a good one. All
I
right,
watched a lot of the
I'm
Transformers
sending it to
movies.
Jules. All right.
Only I get it. That's fine.
Yeah, of course you do. You're special.
Yes. I'm so cute. Okay, that's fair. All right. That's
Yeah,
fair.
there you go. Reason why I'm not saying it on stream.
I'm not gonna lie, Luke. I knew that was gonna be your answer.
Oh, really? Yeah,
I
no.
knew
Anyone who
it.
knows me personally knows that's the answer.
I knew it.
Yeah. So.
Because I was about to say, if you say California, I'm really going to like be so sad because. It's
Oh
like
no.
they're
I
already
would not
on-
get rid of California. No. I would not do that. No.
I was thinking any of the Dakotas. You know, there's already
Any of the
one.
Dakotas.
Yeah, there's already one. Why do we need two?
Yeah. Why we need so many more than that?
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Then there would just oh no Dave, you did not. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
No, I did not
it's
say
fine. I
Maryland.
think. Yeah,
Tave, I'll tell you after stream. I'll tell you after stream if you remind me. I'll tell you.
that's so
Um,
silly.
yeah,
So
remind me.
silly.
I'll DM you after stream. Um, there you go. I actually got
Okay.
everything built for Lego Mario. So this is it's showing off the
The
world and
entire
stuff and how
course.
you like a particular way you can build it. And I have
Mhm.
everything put together now. So what I can do with the different pieces is like these are like the individual Lego or the parts of the level, and essentially
Mhm.
you use these pieces to connect the level together. So I just snap them in the back like
Oh,
this, and then I can build the level however I want.
that
Um,
is so cool,
so I'm
actually.
gonna while we're still chatting, I'm gonna just put
Yeah.
together a random Mario level as we go about doing this.
So
Um,
I've got about 3 minutes left, and I have 3 questions. So we're gonna
okay,
try and do this.
let's do this. Yeah, no.
All right.
I
If
was gonna say
you,
we're not gonna. I mean, I'm gonna keep going until 8. I'm gonna keep going until 8
yeah,
o'clock
I know
for
you're keeping,
Detroit.
you're gonna keep
So
going, but I will dip out.
okay. Oh man,
um,
Jules, come on
no, it's
now.
okay. It's okay. I'll stay a couple minutes, but because I know your answers for these are gonna be a little long.
Okay.
Because I know my answers would be long for them.
Okay.
So, if you could only play one game every day for a year, which game would it be? So it's like only one for the entire year.
Oh, that's not fair because I know what the answer is. I would it's already a game I basically play almost every day. It's Disney Villainous.
Oh my
That's the
god.
game. I know some people probably watching this now. Disney Villainous took my life over by storm. It is a game that I'm super surprised that just I got super hooked on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and obviously I was able to have a whole community, just kind of come together surrounding it. Come on, Bowser Jr., stay on the
Ooh,
come.
Uncharted 2.
Uncharted
That's
2
a
is a good
good
game.
game.
Really,
That is a
Tave and
really
I were
good
actually
game.
talking about the Uncharted games today. What
Those
is
are
it?
they're good.
Uncharted 2 is a great game. The thing with those styles of games is that I can't play those every single day. I can't do it. Those are the games I have to take in bits. Personally,
Why is that?
um, I
Is
think
it
the
just
main
like
reason is like as I got older, I realized that video games I can only do in bursts, and and don't get me wrong, there are still games I absolutely enjoy, but they're games I have to enjoy in bursts or else I get burnt out on them,
mm-hmm.
and then I'm not gonna have fun with them anymore. So meandering leaf with the with the wings. That's funny. But yeah. So I love Uncharted 2 though. I love all the Uncharted games. They're fantastic. Um, Uncharted, you can never go wrong with an Uncharted game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah. So
Okay. So if you met a genie that offered you 3 wishes, what would you wish for? And you cannot have more wishes.
okay. Um, oh, you're asking me a lot of personal questions. No, nothing wrong with that either. I
Well, you're gonna have to run with it, Luke.
I know
So.
I'm gonna have to run with it, man, and I don't like it. Um,
They're as personal as much as you want
I
them to be.
so I think one thing I would wish for
Mm-hmm.
is so there's a little fun fact about me. I actually have a huge fear of dying, so I would wish for
Okay.
immortality.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I have a weird fear of death.
Mm-hmm.
That I really just don't like to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be one of my wishes to be immortal, even if that meant that I got to see the end of the world. So that's fine. That's fine with me. I just don't. I just thought of death freaks me out. Um, so that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing I would wish for is um, peace and prosperity for everyone in the world. I know that
Okay.
sounds cheap and cheesy, but
No, I like that
I do
though.
honestly wish, you know, I want everyone to have a good life, and I know it's hard for some people based off their upbringings and what have you. I wanna make sure people are, happy. So I wanna
Mm-hmm.
I wanna I wanna be able to make sure that they're good, and stuff like that. So that's I know that's a cheap answer, but that's something I do absolutely want on the world. And honestly, and the last one's also a cheap one is like whatever that thing for me that's eternal happiness is,
Mhm.
whatever that's supposed to be, um, that's also something I would wish for. It doesn't, and I because
Okay.
it doesn't necessarily mean all the money in the world, not the biggest house,
Mhm.
not the whatever. I just the thing that's gonna make sure that I am absolutely happy for the rest of my life.
Right. Right.
So that's because everyone deserves to be happy, and everyone deserves to be happy first before myself. But I also know I have to make sure I'm happy too. So,
Yeah.
so there you go. Getting all
All
the deep,
right.
thought-provoking questions out.
I appreciate that, Luke.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
So, I'm gonna add another question after this one,
Okay.
but because you mentioned something that I really am interested in knowing now. Um, if you could learn any skill in the world without trying, what would it be and why?
Um, the answer is to do parkour, and do parkour hardcore because I have no muscle mass, and it's kind of hard to do it. So I would just love to. I would love to be able to scale buildings and not care.
Oh my
Um,
gosh! Oh
so
my
yeah.
gosh!
It's a fun fact. Um,
That's amazing.
that's my answer for you.
Okay, that's fair. So
Yeah.
to be able to do parkour,
Yeah,
like the expert.
hardcore parkour, not just parkour.
Okay.
Hardcore parkour.
Hardcore
All right,
parkour. Okay.
hardcore parkour.
Scaling buildings. Oh, or like the people who like hang off of like.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Oh man, that's so
literally,
nerve
Tave
wracking.
knows what I'm talking about. Literally, the whole thing in Infamous is literally the whole climbing up the buildings thing and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like, I literally, ever since that game, I've wanted to learn how to climb. And the thing is, I actually there was a point in my life where I try to work out to build upper body strength, and I just cannot build it. It's just a gene in my family where we just have really hard time building like upper body
Mhm.
strength. Lower body strength is not a problem. It's just
Mhm.
upper body is just it's just
Really
rough.
difficult.
Yeah, it's just really hard.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
so going back to because you mentioned immortality. So if you had the chance to go back to either the beginning of time or the end of time, which one would you choose and why? Just time traveling.
Oh, that's a choice.
So like
Um,
you could go back
I
to like
think
when everything started and go from there, or when everything ends
I
and
think
then
when
that
everything ends,
time. Okay.
because I feel like if I went back, like the knowledge I would have going in the future would be more valuable at that point going back
Mhm.
to like where at that point I traveled, because the knowledge I would get from going to the start of the world and going back to that same like the current time period I think would actually
Mhm.
cause more problems. Because
You think it
rather than
would?
try to cause problems, I want to solve problems.
Right, right.
So
Okay.
that would be my answer.
Okay. All right, that's fair. All right. Well, that concludes like all of the questions that I had for
I know, and I
you,
was supposed to
Luke.
program tonight, and I'm still building Legos.
I
Um,
know.
it's okay though. I'm fine. I'm having fun here.
You're having
Um,
a good time
I
building
know I'm having a
Legos.
good time playing with I'm playing
Yeah.
with my Legos.
I really
Um,
like that you sat Bowser Jr. right there.
I know that's sort of it's yeah, because the idea here. Hold on. Here's the idea.
Easy.
He's ready. You ready? You
Man.
ready? Oh, that no, no,
No,
no. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, where's?
you're
Maybe
gonna
I put
break
this in the wrong spot.
it.
Wait, hold on. No. Yeah, it's supposed to flick. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it's supposed to do that. Hold on. Try again.
Oh,
Boom!
there we
Took him
go.
out. Took him
Took
out.
him
I
out.
took him out, everybody. I took out
Nice.
Bowser Jr. I
Flawless.
did the duties. I did the duties. Um, there you go. But yeah.
All right.
First off, I want to say, first off, Jules, you've done a fantastic job this week. I actually still need to watch your interview from last night. This is the one I haven't watched yet. So that is on my list of things to do tomorrow. So I want to say big shout outs to you for
Thank
putting that all together, and working hard and being professional, and somehow being professional with me being a complete child on stream.
you.
I just want to say thank you to any of those of you who are watching that are from the CIGT department. I want to say to all of you that have participated in chat or have helped do any of the interviews or and whatnot or engaged with other students this week, I want to say thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm gonna switch back to my face because you guys need to see my lovely face.
Yeah.
Hold
The
on.
sincerity.
Hold on, everybody.
He's gonna
Hold
back it
on.
up. He's gonna
Hold
back it
on.
up.
Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Okay, there it's switched on stream. Now I gotta switch it for Jules so that way Jules actually can see my face. Yeah, I want you guys to see my face. There you go. I just want to say thank you all for doing this. This means a lot to me. Just because in this time where we're all disconnected, I really just want to find a way for us to all be together, and we definitely have found a way to still do it. And I was the Goomba.
Oh
yeah.
no.
I mean, like, obviously, Jules and I are having a blast just doing this talking while I'm just sitting here just playing with toys. But we're still having great conversation, and definitely, hopefully, some of you folks have learned a little bit more about myself. And that's important because one thing I try to do in my teaching is I don't want to be the guy that stands up there and just gives you information. I want to be the guy that is a little human, makes mistakes, sets some garbage trucks on fire. For those of you who have been in my class, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this has been a lot, and I really appreciate you giving us, watching us and giving us faculty and professionals a place to talk about ourselves. I know today, I got to interview our department chair, Fung Lee, and we had probably one of the most brilliant discussions I've probably ever had with that man. And it was quite inspiring to hear some of the stuff that he actually had to say, stuff that I actually never realized about our department chair, and it was super cool. And definitely influences me to actually do more interview style content with other things that I do that's outside of work, or maybe with work. Who knows? We'll see where my life takes me. But I just want to say thank you to all of those, and obviously Jules. I want to make sure I'm shouting you out because you're still here with me dealing with my nonsense. So yeah, I just want to say thank you. I know you probably have things you want to do tonight, so I will not keep you.
Yeah, you can blame that on the 13 weeks. Maybe when I don't have like 8 assignments due every week.
I gotcha. Oh,
yeah.
Jeez, what kind? Who's doing that to you? I won't ask.
You can probably guess.
I could probably imagine.
You can probably guess.
I could probably figure it out, but I would never do that to you. There you go. I got a little bit of my Mario course put together. My desk is not big enough to really do it, and I have so much crap all over the place right now. So I gotta clean this up. Here's my screwdriver.
Well, we managed to get it built.
We got it built. We got Mario working. We got the instructions.
Yeah, and then you'll probably jump into Detroit.
I know. We're going to jump into Detroit here very shortly. Probably what we'll do, since I did say we're going to start Detroit at 8, we'll probably just kind of sit around and do a little bit more Q&A. I know, Jules, you need to get going, so you can go ahead and take off. Thank you for hanging out, though. But I'll hang out on stream. We might do a quick break, so I'm actually going to probably use the facilities. And I'm also going to boot up Detroit, make sure it's all looking good on my end. And we're going to get the chat involved. We're going to play some Detroit Become Human. We're going to hear Mr. Krabs say some swear words, and we're going to have a fun time. So,
oh boy.
So Jules, when you're doing your homework, I'll at least hope you'll tune in to Detroit and all of Mr. Krabs' insanity. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be great.
Well, thanks for having me, Luke, and thank you to everyone in chat for listening in today.
Yes, thank you very much.
I've had a blast doing interviews this week, and hopefully Luke will let me on the channel.
Oh yeah, Jules. One thing I gotta say
guest
is that
star on your channel.
What I should do is I should interview you at some point.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I should do that.
Interview me. You're flipping out.
Actually, that's one thing. Maybe I'll actually have you on my podcast, and we'll do a little mini interview sort of ordeal. Because I'll talk about more of this later. But my new podcast is starting next week. No major plugs or anything, but I'm going to, because this is my channel and I can do whatever the heck I want. But I have a new podcast coming out. It's called Brought to the Table. It's a podcast all about technology, board games, and education, and the things that surround all three of those topics. And we're going to start having some really fun educational conversations about all those things, because it's a way to bring us all together, and from a wide a lot of wide different views, and kind of the whole gimmick of the show is literally it's almost like a mini interview where we actually have our guests come in with the topic, and hence why it's called Brought to the Table. And we actually discuss that topic and have a good hour-long conversation about that. And that's actually starting up on Monday. We're gonna be talking about indie games for the first episode, so I'm really excited. But yeah, I'll have to snag you in so we can do a podcast recording about something that you'll
sounds
be
exciting.
passionate. Yes. So
Okay.
I'm putting all my Legos away.
Alright.
Not the
Oh,
Goomba, but
There you go. No, again.
not the Goomba, but
You're abusing the Goombas.
I know I am
Listen.
abusing the Gooms. I know you
Okay.
probably have to get going, so I won't keep you. But thank you so much. So
Alright,
chat, what I'm
you
gonna
should
do?
probably fix the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix the screen. I'm going to put it on the loading screen. I'm gonna play some music for you. I can get some stuff set up for Detroit, and we will be back here in about 15 minutes. So don't go anywhere unless you want to go hang out. But until then, I will see you folks here very shortly. So don't go anywhere. Go grab a snack. Go grab your favorite Mr. Krabs hat or merchandise. We're gonna go have some fun on stream with Detroit tonight. So don't go anywhere. We shall return.
Return.
Oh, stream load.
I think there's a
All right, everybody, I am back. Hey everybody, how you doing? We are booting up Detroit. So what's up, everyone? You guys can see all my entire Lego Mario collection back there. So let me know how all this sounds. I know I'm gonna have to screw around with the audio a little bit on the PlayStation side, so you just gotta let me know.
Glad to see you again. I hope you had a pleasant day. Would you like to continue your story?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so let me know, chat. We won't start quite yet. We'll let everyone get in here. Sounds great? Okay, we'll wait a second. How does it look, too? I want to make sure that it looks okay. It looks okay on my end, but I know the nature of capture cards with streaming, based off the bit rate, it might... So, like, what I'm seeing on my end is going to look okay, but what you guys might see, it might look a little weird. So let me know. Looks 11 out of 10? Well, thank you, Pox. I appreciate it. Ah! Why are you doing that? Oh. The way that I have my stuff over here is a little funky, so I might need to dangle with it a little bit. Yeah, so we're gonna play Detroit. We have on the schedule to play for 3 hours. I'm gonna see how far we get.
Detroit was on the Underground Railroad, a route for slaves escaping into Canada during the American Civil War.
Okay, that was not creepy at all. Forgot how creepy she can be. We're gonna play about at least 2 hours. Chat, if we get super involved, I might go the full 3. So we're gonna see. I haven't played Detroit for a long time. It's been a while since I've played Detroit. So we're gonna be going through. We're gonna have some fun. Just to kind of show you guys how.
This is the extras section. As you play,
I don't remember her sounding like
all
this.
kinds of content that you can find here.
I've gotten lots of a lot of the stuff unlocked because my, you know, going through all the different paths and everything through the story. So,
Accessing the story chart.
so yeah, so I got all the chapters unlocked possible, all that good stuff. I think I've done almost everything possible for most of these chapters. But I have the platinum trophy just to flex a little bit if you let me.
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time is downloading a patch. This is funny. Okay, there is something weird with my audio. It's fine though. We'll make it work. But there you go. Yep, 100%. I really like this game a lot. Actually, if you give me 1 second, chat, I'm gonna try something really fast. Okay. I think I might have fixed it. I think I might have. So, why don't we go ahead and boot this sucker up, and we're gonna go have some fun. So, Detroit Become Human. Here we go. Chat, yell at me if the game sounds too loud, too soft, whatnot. Also, chat, for those of you who have not played this game, I will tell you the certain routes that we can take. There is a route I definitely do want to play in this game. But I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to kind of what decisions we have these characters make. So it is up to you, the fate of these androids. No, so let me know how the sound goes now that we're playing actual game audio. I'm actually gonna turn it down a smidge more. Connor. Also, the music for Connor is absolutely fantastic.
Negotiator on site. Repeat. Negotiator on site.
Alright, just to let everyone know, too, this game is rated M for those of you of the faint of heart and cannot watch M-rated games because you need to go to bed. Now it's time to go to bed. Alright, chat. We putting the fish back in the tank. I'm saving the fish. Saving the fish. Chat, you gotta call me out on these decisions. I'm gonna, because else I'm gonna go. No! Oh, we're saving the fish, man. Pox, you're not a good person. Save the fishy. Save the fishy.
Please, you gotta save my little girl. Wait.
Also, the guy who plays Connor is absolutely fantastic.
An android?
All right, ma'am. You need to go.
You can't do that. Why aren't you sending a real person?
So this first opening scene is so brilliant. I absolutely freaking love this. So I gotta... Where's the commander dude?
I don't give a shit. My men are ready to step in. Just give the order. Fuck.
And there he is. Hey, hi, Captain Allen. Can I talk to you now? There you go.
Captain Allen, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife.
It's firing at everything that moves. It already shot down 2 of my men. We could easily get it, but they're on the edge of the balcony. If it falls, she falls.
Do you know its name?
I haven't got a clue. Does it matter?
I need information to determine the best approach. Have you tried its deactivation codes?
The first thing we tried. Listen. Saving that kid is all that matters. So either you deal with this fucking android now, or I'll take care of it.
Welp. He not a happy guy. He didn't wake up on the right side of the bed this morning. All right, so we're doing our first investigation thing. So just investigating, trying to find out some clues to, as you're about to see, one of Connor's main mechanics is that he can reconstruct crime scenes. So you can actually gain extra information when going through dialogue trees. So there you go. So the Deviant, which we'll talk more about what Deviants are for those of you who have not played this game. I'll let the story do it. But we'll learn more about what a Deviant is. Also, this music is so good. I'm actually not sure too if the demo is still up, but if you're at least on the PlayStation, if you've never played this before, you can play this whole first sequence. I want to make sure I let the chat hear that. If you want to, this first whole scene has like 10 different endings, or something stupid like that. Garson, hi. You gaming? Came at the wrong time, man. We're playing a story though. It's like watching a movie. I was gonna say, I don't think there's anything in the bathroom.
All units hold positions. The negotiators go in.
So here's another deconstruction. So I really like about Detroit is that it encourages exploration to find more dialogue trees to make more decisions, which is cool. I really like. There's like actually this is going to unlock something that we can use later, which it actually lets us know. I have to rotate the crime scene. So every time you get an unlock thing like that in the game, you've unlocked a different route in dialogue, which is pretty cool. So it actually lets you know that you unlock some new choices while you're playing, which is pretty nice.
Your order for an AP700 Android has been registered. CyberLife thanks you for your purchase.
And it says you've unlocked a dialogue. Oh, Jesus. I always forget that happens. It freaks me out every time. Shot the Deviant. Oh, I gotta go here. There's the gun. So we got an option to grab a gun. I think we're gonna grab the gun, people. I think it's a good idea when there's an armed robot that could shoot basically on sight. I think it's a good idea that we take the gun. I think it's a good idea. I do believe that's everything I could possibly do. Oh, wait, nope. I can lick the blood. I can lick the blue blood. We're gonna work against this android.
Stay back! Don't come any closer or I'll jump!
No, please, I'm begging you.
Hi, Daniel. My name is Connor. How do you know me? I know a lot of things about you. I've come to get you out of this. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to talk and find a solution.
Talk! I don't want to talk! It's too late for that now. It's too late. Are you armed?
Yes, I have a gun.
Drop it! No sudden moves or I'll shoot.
There. No more gun. They were going to replace you, and you became upset. That's what happened, right?
I thought I was part of the family. I thought I mattered. But I was just their toy. Something to throw away when you're done with it.
I know you and Emma were very close. You think she betrayed you, but she's done nothing wrong.
She lied to me! I thought she loved me. But I was wrong. She's just like all the other humans.
Daniel, no.
Listen, I know it's not your fault. These emotions you're feeling are just errors in your software.
No, it's not my fault. I never wanted this. I loved them, you know? But I was nothing to them. Just a slave to be ordered around.
I'm sorry I'm not talking, Chad. I really like this game. I want you guys to hear it. Especially in these high intense scenes right here, like you gotta hear the dialogue through and through.
There. I did what you wanted. You have to trust me, Daniel. Let the hostage go, and I promise you, everything will be fine.
I want everyone to leave! And I want a car. When I'm outside the city, I'll let her go.
That's impossible, Daniel. Let the girl go, and I promise you won't be hurt.
That 1% though.
You're not going to die. We're just going to talk. Nothing will happen to you. You have
Take
my
that,
word.
Aquaman. That 1%. I got it.
Okay. I trust you. You lied to me, Connor. You lied to me.
This game is awesome. It's so creepy too, because when the androids die, they're literally robots. So when they die, they just stop and freeze in their position that they're in. It's super creepy. All right, welcome to Detroit Become Human, everybody, where robots get shot. So this is the only chapter that I don't think I've done a lot of, because I did everything in the demo. So yeah, there's 6 different endings you can get. Because in the demo, I got all 6 of the endings. But in the actual game, you only need to accomplish a few different things based off like trophies and endings, and also a lot of different little factors. Because what's really nice about Detroit is that it actually has a lot of different variables that can change how the story goes. Because you'll notice there was one thing that appeared in that cutscene. It's called a software instability. As we play through this, I don't know if you'll get to see all of that stuff, but pay attention to that as we play through. Because actually, you can, Connor can die, as well as Connor can actually shoot the deviant in order to survive. And there's a bunch of different endings, and stuff like that. And you're like, wait, what happens when Connor dies? If we get there, we'll find out.
This is the top-of-the-range household assistant. It cooks 10,000 different dishes.
Come on, Zoe, let's go.
Also, I want to keep in mind, I'm running this on a base PS4. This is not a PS4 Pro. This game looks astounding.
Honey, it looks amazing. This is exactly what we need.
How much did you say it cost?
At the moment, we're doing a special promotion on this entire range at $7,999 with a 48-month interest-free credit. And comes with a 2-year warranty for parts and labor.
You guys want to buy an Android for like $1,300?
It switches to surveillance mode and contacts emergency services if there's break-ins or if it detects.
What is it? You want a pre-owned Android? You want a pre-owned Android for about $1,800? You want a pre-owned something other model for $3 grand?
There it is. It was a bit difficult getting it back in working order. It was really messed up. What'd you say happened to it again?
The car hit it. Stupid accident.
Ah, I see.
A special?
this is good
I'll
as new
take
now,
two.
Except that we had to reset it. Meaning we had to wipe its memory. I hope you don't mind.
It's a special deal.
Okay.
Buy 2 Androids.
Give it a name?
And get
I don't.
no, buy 3 Androids and get 2 for the price of 3.
AX400.
Or wait, no. I don't know math, guys. It's late on Friday. Oh, what's up, Brian, by the way?
My name is Kara.
Also, Kara is also one of my absolute favorite characters in this game, too. Quantic Dream! So, it's kind of funny playing this game, is because my, a lot of my family is from Michigan, and they will tell you when you go to Detroit, Detroit is absolute in shambles. It is a very much trash city. One of the absolute cities that have just been hit by a lot of different things. And it's funny because I remember when I was reading the logs on this game, they talked about how they chose Detroit because Detroit is the capital of where the androids originated from. And the androids actually helped revolutionize Detroit again, because after the automobile thing and how, since Detroit was near the automobile capital of the world, after that, they just never got anything else to revitalize it, and that's why they chose Detroit, because they felt like that was a good reason to make it popular and a reason to have these different areas and stuff, which we'll see in the game. Because the slum stuff of Detroit still very much exists in this game. So. As you can see. I would love to make a game that's like this. I actually have one slightly written in my documents, but I would love to make a game like this. It's also important. This whole game takes place in the month of November.
Would you like to go home?
So now we're Jesse Williams,
Yes, I think that's enough.
Here.
one of the other playable characters in this game. And it's the thing you do with all the androids that you play as. You can hold the button and you can look around and see what you can interact with and stuff. I'm actually curious. I think there is something over there you can interact with, but screw it. So I think for the sake of me not trying to cry my eyes out, I think we're gonna try to do a happy ending run of this game where everyone where it's happily ever after. We'll do our best though. Well, screw you, lady. Go pick up your trash. Hey, come back here, lady. Hey, you. You. Go pick up your trash. Stop looking at your phone and pick up your trash. Jerk.
We can no longer live without them. They're in our homes, our schools, our factories. They take our jobs. They mind our children. They care for our old. Why do you look at me so, demon? I know who you are. I can see through you. You are the one by whom the evil will come.
Remind me of the meme. I'm the trash man.
Will destroy Detroit.
I'm the trash man. I'm very uncivilized. Yeah, I know. Seriously. All right. Fun fact, guys. If you litter, and I find out you litter, you're banned from my chat. Just letting you know right now. It's like, who, me? He's like, it's like, really? That's me? I'm the demon. I'm the demon. Alright, we're gonna go buy some paints, guys. Alright, so I've never been to a paint store, but I don't remember paint stores looking like this, although this place is super cool.
Identification verified. Here is your order number 847. That will be $63.99. Please confirm payment.
Payment confirmed.
Transaction complete.
So apparently, that's the weird thing. It's like androids are buying stuff, man. Look at all these paints. Look at that. They're all so pretty. I always like this room in this game. It's just a very colorful room and stuff. All right, now we gotta get out. Now we gotta get out of here. Also, I like to point out the fact that Marcus is wearing like an undershirt, and he's an android. I just want everyone to pick that out. I want you all to understand that. Apparently even androids want style, and they want to protect their pecs. All right, chat. We interacting with the mob, or are we gonna go to the bus? We go to the bus. We go interact with the mob. What are we doing? You gotta tell me, chat. I'll slowly start walking.
Androids are stealing our jobs.
They took our jobs.
We got families to feed, and these androids are
We're gonna interact with the mob. Mob, bus. This video game is where we go. The action is. All right, we're going to the mob.
are meant to serve us.
Hey, you, beard man.
Tin can? No kidding. Hey guys, check it out. We got one of those tin cans here.
Look at this little motherfucker.
Oh,
Steal our jobs.
dude.
Can't even stand up.
Gotta mash the X, guys. Gotta mash that X button.
We're gonna fuck your bitch ass up.
Yeah, waste it.
Do it.
Marcus is like being so calm right now.
It's enough. Leave it alone.
Let us teach this bastard a lesson.
You damage it, I'm gonna have to find you.
You can take your job next. We'll see how you like it.
Okay. Let's go. Run along.
The cop told Marcus to go to bed. Curse word. Yeah, those guys called the android a naughty name. I always thought so. Detroit Become Human is very interesting because it is definitely a take on the whole race conflict, which I won't go into my personal views on it because I like to say that everyone should be treated equal. Doesn't matter who you are. And one of the things I noticed when I first played this game was this whole bus scene where they have the androids stay in the back of the bus. Yeah, they just call him Tin Can. Yeah, Tin Can was the naughty word. That was the naughty word. Guys, don't say Tin Can in my class or else you're banned. If you say Tin Can in my chat, you're banned from chat. Alright? Don't say Tin Can in my chat. It's a bad word, okay? You can use any other word, but just don't use Tin Can. That's a naughty word. What is the other thing I didn't do? I think I've done this before. Huh. I swear I've done that before. So this is like the slums of Detroit. So this is like I've been to Detroit a few times, and it's pretty good representation. It's probably actually being a little nice, for being honest. For being very honest. Oh no. Car. Walk to the house. Walk to the house, please. Walk to the house.
You coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. What do you think I'm doing? You ever played Dead Space before? I love Dead Space. I love the first Dead Space game.
You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals, and you take care of... God damn it, where the fuck's the brat gone now? Alice! Alice!
Man.
Oh, there you are.
Man,
That's
dude.
Alice. You look after her. Homework, bath, all that crap. Got it?
Yes, Todd.
Yes, Todd.
Get started down here, then you do upstairs.
Alright. Now, just to let you all know, I'm pretty sure this house is filled with illegal substances. The stuff that's actually illegal. So just be warned, if you don't like seeing drugs, you should just go to bed. Scan. Oh, the dishwasher's not working. Come on, Todd.
TV on.
Oh, so you just beat the co-op of the third game last night for Dead Space? Yeah, I didn't play Dead Space Beyond 2. I heard Dead Space 3 is basically a shooty-shoot game. And Dead Space is supposed to be survival horror. I really like Dead Space, though. I really wish they'd make a new one. Man, Todd really likes pizza. Guys, don't get me on my pizza tirade. Don't make me get on my pizza tirade. I hate cheese. I hate cheese. I am so glad I got my new capture card. This is so much easier to stream this game.
Yeah.
So we got beer cans. Maybe. Hey, Kara! Kara, listen, Kara. Listen, I know you're an android, but recycle those cans. I know Todd is probably not the person to ask about recycling, but recycle that crap. Now, you can't recycle the pizza boxes, but recycle those cans.
I'll bring it tomorrow. Yeah, same place. You knew where.
Clean the coffee table. There's a scene that if you wait too long and he gets back on the couch, you start cleaning the coffee table, he gets pissed at you. Also, the piano is fantastic with Kara. So actually, each of the characters in Detroit, when you are playing in their scenes, their soundtracks are actually orchestrated by 3 different artists. Marcus, the guy we just played as before Kara right here, is actually the composer of the soundtrack for the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 game. And Kara and Connor are composed by 2 other different artists, but they both worked on like sci-fi movies before. Like they're pretty prominent sci-fi movie orchestration folks. So they're pretty well known. Todd's doing the bad things. It's weird too, is like if you go look, he's like doing it out of a freaking like one of those like flammable lighter things, like you would like blowtorch. That's what it looks like. That's what he's doing on the table. It's so weird.
Alice, you better stop that right now.
God, hey, calm down, sir. Calm down.
Why is she always pushing me? Always pushing.
Calm down, Todd. Seriously. Figure out how this works. Alright. I'm gonna take out the lawn. Oh, do I have to grab the basket? That's what it is. I have to follow the game's logic. You can't take down the laundry without the basket.
You look bored. Would you like to play a game?
Would you like to play a game?
You like playing out here?
So, that's another thing, is that so in this game, characters have relationships with other characters, and you'll see that progress with that particular character in the top right. Okay, come on. Uh-oh. Oh, that's some drugs. That's some red ice if I've ever seen it.
You shouldn't mess around with my stuff. It makes me nervous.
I'm sorry, Todd.
You stay the fuck out of my business. Unless you want to piss me off. You want to piss me off?
No, Todd.
Yes, Todd. I'd like to punch you in the face, Todd. That's what I actually want to say. I do enjoy the red Jolly Rancher crumbles. All right, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, that's really funny. Well, apparently he's enjoying the red Jolly Ranchers.
Do what you have to do, but stop bothering me.
I don't want to bother you some more, Todd. Let's talk with Alice.
That's a pretty toy. What's its name?
Apparently Alice is warm. Okay, Todd, you really gotta lay off the ice, dude. Okay? You really gotta lay off the ice. Well, apparently you can't get a credit card. Negative balance of $1,000. Man, he's got this dude. Dude, man, needs to start selling more of them Jolly Ranchers. Alright, so I gotta clean up the upstairs. Well, apparently Todd plays the guitar. Let's see, yeah, there's different, these are different collectible books or magazines you can get to, and I could, yeah, like what I'm doing right now, I could like read through and like get some more backstory on like the world that you're in and like certain events that are going on and stuff too. Because as things happen in the story, there'll be updated events in those magazines. One of the trophies is you actually have to read every single magazine, which I did. I read every single one. Looks like Todd's on antidepressant. Ooh, there's a gun. There's a gun in the chest. Ooh, I wonder why it's unlocked. It's like a red. Oh, there's more stuff over here I gotta clean up. I think. Ventilate the. Oh yeah, that's the one thing I always forget. The freaking windows. Motion controls. There you go. Todd's room has been tidied up.
Watch it.
Oh no, Todd, did you just make a big doo-doo stink? Oh, oh God! I'm glad I don't have to watch that. I was out walking earlier, and I had to go use a public restroom, and let me tell you, folks, no. Avoid public restrooms at all costs. They're disgusting. I saw some undesirable things today. Very undesirable things. Probably should taken a deep shower. Probably just like ripped off my skin and replaced it. Oh wait. Come on, come on, Cara. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Come on. Alright, bathroom's clean. Alright, now I can go just grab myself to sleep. Alright, we're gonna go hang out with Alice.
I just want to tidy up your room a little. I only need 2 minutes. Is that okay, Alice?
No. Go away, Cara. No one likes you. Books.
Seems you like reading. Alice in Wonderland. Of course.
I always thought that was kind of cute. Alright, so I go ventilate this window. I think I just need to go. Yeah, this is the last thing I gotta do.
I'm sure we used to be friends before I was reset. Maybe we can be friends again. Your father said you chose my name. Kara? It's nice. How did you choose it? You should tell me about yourself. What you like to do, where you like to go.
Look at those JPEG stars on the
That
thing.
would really help me. You're very quiet. I hope I don't scare you.
I have a key. What will I do with that key? Here's when the music kicks in. Alright, so I gotta shut up. Todd's not a nice man. I don't like Todd. Can we go back to happier times when Todd wasn't here?
What are you doing?
I'm playing.
Play. I know what you're thinking. You think your dad's a lowlife. Huh? Fucking loser? Can't get a job, take care of his family? Don't you think I tried to make things work? But whatever I do, when someone comes along, they just fuck it all up! I know what you think of me. You hate me. You hate me, don't you? Say it! You hate me! God. What am I doing? I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I love you, don't you? You know I love you.
Detroit Become Human, everybody. This game is butterflies and rainbows all over the place. Yeah. What a fun, what a happy time, everybody. So I believe we're going back to Marcus. That was a load-in texture right there. So I don't think the game's story directly tells you unless you do like some side content. Or not side content, like some of the magazine stuff, but so all the androids are like different units, so they're bent to like do different things. Marcus specifically is a prototype android built for his master, which we will meet here shortly. Trying to remember if there's like any oh, I'm actually like in the right spot. No, Marcus, don't drop it. Don't drop it, buddy. Is he in here? No, he's upstairs. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say it's upstairs. No. Oh, do I have to go up these stairs? Oh, you guys ever want a giraffe? No, I can't go up those. No. Crap. Let's go out this way. No? Oh my god, game. For the love of God, game. Come on. Where am I supposed to go? I know I'm supposed to go upstairs. I know I'm supposed to go upstairs, game. Go up the stairs, though. Am I supposed to put the tray down first? That's what it is. There we go. Game logic. Game logic at its finest.
Good morning, Carl.
Good morning.
It's 10 a.m. The weather is partly cloudy, 54 degrees, 80% humidity with a strong possibility of afternoon showers.
It sounds like a good day to spend in bed.
I did go to pick up the paint that you ordered.
Oh, yes, I've forgotten. That is the difference between you and me, right, Marcus? You never forget anything.
Show me your arm, please, Carl.
No.
Carl. Thank you.
I just opened my eyes and I'm already gritting my teeth.
So, I know. Sound like a good day to spend in bed. It's like most of us, right?
Machine. They break down so quickly. All this effort to keep them going. Hey, what happened to your clothes?
Oh, it's nothing. Just some demonstrators in the street, Carl.
What a bunch of idiots. They think they can stop progress by roughing up a few androids? I hope they didn't harm you.
Oh, no. They just pushed me around, Carl. I'm fine. Okay. I'll take you to the bathroom now.
I always thought Carl's look is interesting because he's supposed to be a famous artist, but he's got like these tattoos around him and stuff, which I've always thought was very interesting. The way his design is, because you have to remember too. So this game takes place in 2038. So a lot of these folks that look this way are from like just a few decades, you know, what have you, younger or older. Because like some of these folks that are in their 30s right now were born in 2010. And for, what is it? And this would be 18 years older, so I'd be in my 40s.
Anything special on the agenda today?
I'd be in my 40s in
Yes,
this game.
there's the opening of your retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art.
It's weird to think about.
The gallery director left 4 messages asking to confirm your attendance.
I haven't decided yet.
We'll see about that later.
Okay.
What else?
Just your usual fan mail. I've already answered.
Any news from Leo?
No, Carl. I can call him if you like.
No. No, don't bother.
I really like Marcus. Marcus is a really cool character. Marcus's story is very interesting.
I'm starving.
Well, your breakfast is ready. Bacon and eggs, just the way you like them.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome.
So I remember correctly too, there's actually like a thing that tells you how old Carl is, and I think he's supposed to be like in his 70s.
Television.
It's like late 60s, early 70s, I think Carl is.
Why don't you find something to do while I finish my breakfast?
Sure. Okay, Carl.
It's like, hey Marcus, go be a human. I think I know what human activity I'm gonna do today. I can't, right? I can play the piano, yeah. What music are we playing? The Sims, Detroit. What kind of music are we playing today, guys? What kind of music? I'm feeling hopeful. Are we feeling hopeful today? Hopeful? All right. One person agreed with me. We're doing it. I made the decision for the chat. I'm playing piano, guys. I'm playing piano. I'm mashing the touchpad. Oh, Guitar Hero, but it's like piano. Yes.
Something has changed in the way you play. Sometimes I think you have more humanity than most humans. One day I won't be here to take care of you anymore. You'll have to protect yourself and make your choices. Decide who you are and want to become. This world doesn't like those who are different, Marcus. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be. Let's go to the studio.
Carl out there with the big message today. I forget. Where am I supposed to take Carl to? Oh, it's just there you go.
Let's see where we left off. Remove the sheet.
All right. Big surprise, everybody. Cookie Monster's coming out. He's behind the sheet. Cookie? Androids? Oh, come out to play. Oh, come on, Carl. You gotta clean up this. You gotta clean up after yourself a little bit, man. You can't do this. Oh, what else? There's the paints I bought. Oh, here, come on, camera. What else? Anything over here? Looking at more stuff. Hold on. Let me actually use the tools the game has given me. No? That was kind of clean. Oh, there you go. I guess that's it.
So, what's your verdict, Marcus?
Yes, there is something about it.
Hmm.
Something I can't quite define. I guess I like it.
The truth is, I have nothing left to say anymore. Each day that goes by brings me closer to the end. I'm just an old man clinging to his brushes.
Carl.
But enough about me. Let's see if you have any talent. Give it a try. Try painting something.
Paint? What would I... Painting what?
Anything you want. Give it a try.
This is a really interesting scene. Very interesting scene. Because essentially Carl is asking Marcus to basically make decisions for himself as an android.
That is a perfect copy of reality. The painting is not about replicating the world. It's about interpreting, improving on it, showing something you see.
Carl, I don't think I can do that. It's not in my program.
Go on, go. Try it. Grab that camera.
All that in 3 brush strokes, amazing. Pretty impressive, right? You know, if I could paint something we're just doing, I mean, I'm an artist.
Do something for me. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Trust me. Try to imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen. Now concentrate on how it makes you feel, and let your hand drift across the canvas.
I love this scene. This scene is really good. Pretty cool.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Dad.
Leo. I didn't hear you come in.
Oh, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd stop by. It's been a while, right?
You all right?
No.
You don't look so good.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Hey, listen, I need some cash, Dad.
Again? What happened to the money I just gave you?
Well, it just goes, you know?
Yeah, you're on it again, aren't you?
No, I swear it's not that.
Don't lie to me, Leo.
What difference does it make? I just need some cash, that's all.
Sorry. The answer's no.
What? Why?
You know why.
Yeah, I think I do know why. You'd rather take care of your plastic toy here than your own son, right? Tell me, Dad, what's it got that I don't? Smarter? More obedient? Not like me, right? But you know what? This thing is not your son. It's a fucking machine!
Leo, that's enough. Enough.
You don't care about anything except yourself and your goddamn paintings. You've never loved anyone. You never loved me, Dad. You never loved me.
Leo is a jerk, to put it lightly. Kids don't do drugs. Perfect example of what drugs do to you. You turn into that guy. We call those people D-bags. All right. We are now in hour 2. We're going into hour 2. We're down with hour 1, hour 2 of Detroit Become Human here. Oh, yes. Here we go. Here comes the fun. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for the best character in this entire game? You guys ready? You guys ready? It's an interesting bathroom. I think I need to go in the women's restroom, guys. I gotta take an oil leak. Talk to this guy? Scan faces. There we go. So I'm gonna scan all these guys' faces. Can I scan this guy? There he is, Hanky boy.
Lieutenant Anderson, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife. I looked for you at the station, but nobody knew where you were. They said you were probably having a drink nearby. I was lucky to find you at the 5th bar.
What do you want?
You were assigned a case early this evening. A homicide involving a CyberLife android. In accordance with procedure, the company has allocated a specialized model to assist investigators.
Well, I don't need any assistance. Especially not from a plastic asshole like you. So just be a good little robot and get the fuck out of here.
I understand that some people are not...
I've been looking forward to this.
But
I am perfectly comfortable. Now back off before I crush you like an empty beer can.
I think you should stop drinking and come with me. It'll make life easier for both of us.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
I think we can go now.
You're a prick. I don't know what's stopping me from knocking you out.
Your sense of duty, Lieutenant, and the cost of repairs if you damage me. For your information, I'm worth a small fortune.
There's a technology. They can even program assholes these days.
I can't teach you guys how to do that.
Gotta go.
I can't teach you guys how to program that.
Duty calls.
I'll tell you that much. If I could, I would. But I'm not that good. Hope you guys are liking the stream so far. I hope you're having fun. I'm actually enjoying myself. I haven't played this game in a while, so it's kind of nice to go back and play through it.
You wait here. It won't be long.
Whatever you say, Lieutenant.
Fucking
Josh Douglas from Channel 16. Can you confirm that this is a homicide?
I'm not confirming anything.
Typical DPD. They don't tell us shit.
Androids are not permitted beyond this point.
It's with me. What part of staying in the car didn't you understand?
Your order contradicted my instructions, Lieutenant.
You don't talk, you don't touch anything, and you stay out of my way. Got it?
Got it.
Evening, Hank. We were starting to think you weren't going to show.
Yeah, that was the plan until this asshole found me.
What's crazy is that actually looks. That's like that's Clancy
Very
Brown.
funny.
That's what
Just
Clancy
tell me
Brown
what
looks like,
Happened.
which is really crazy to me.
That's when he found the body. Jesus, that smell.
Oh, dude.
It was even worse before we opened the windows. The victim's name's Carlos Ortiz. He has a record for theft and aggravated assault. According to the neighbors, he was kind of a loner. Stayed inside most of the time. They hardly ever saw him.
Oh, stayed easy. Wasn't worth calling everybody out in the middle of the night. Could have waited till morning.
I'd say he's been there for a good 3 weeks. We'll know more when the coroner gets here.
More red ice.
There's a kitchen knife over here. Probably the murder weapon.
Any sign of a break-in?
Nope. The landlord said the front door was locked from the inside. All the windows were boarded up. The killer must have gone out the back way.
What do we know about his android?
Not much. The neighbors confirmed he had one, but it wasn't here when we arrived.
Okay.
I gotta get some air. Make yourself at home. I'll be outside if you
We gotta. The goal here is to try to get as much evidence as possible, because I believe there's 2 ways you can leave this scene with all the information you need to proceed, or Android Android Funhouse. That's what we're gonna call it. Family-friendly stream. Family-friendly stream playing an M-rated game. Yeah, that's right. That's how we do things around here. The crazy thing is, I know how this thing's supposed to end. It's really creepy. If you would like understand the context of it. So reconstruct. So deviants. So deviants are androids that ignore their programming and they basically get a mind of their own. So the android that we saw at the beginning of the game that had the child held hostage. That was a deviant. So that's kind of like the whole gimmick of this game, is that a bunch of androids are starting to go rogue from their programming to basically become human, essentially.
Chris,
Best way to
is
describe
this
it.
written in the victim's blood?
I would say so. We're taking samples for analysis.
Red ice. Seems our friend Carlos liked to party. Chris, I want full analysis on the narcotics.
Consider it done, Lieutenant.
Let's see. Obsessive writing. Huh. There's a statue. Religious offering. So we got 6 clues. So I believe I can go back now and investigate the body because they moved on from it.
Hey, Mike, you finished taking samples there?
Yeah, that's it.
Can I open this closet? What's Carlos got in here? Nothing of importance, apparently. Oh wait, there's the knife. No fingerprints. Oh, it's right. I remember. Androids don't leave fingerprints. I remember that. Oh, this is creepy. Yeah, so the knife wounds in this guy are literally, like, specifically, like, put in there. So he had red ice. He was doing red ice literally when he died. So he fell. Victim was stabbed. It came from the kitchen.
He was stabbed 28 times.
Yeah. Seems like the killer really had it in for him.
A lot of times, man. Fought in Cyber Life Sands. That's funny. Yeah, I was gonna say, I believe you can just leave the scene if you want to, but if you collect all the evidence, you can unlock the other ending.
Lieutenant, I think I figured out what happened.
Oh, yeah? Shoot, I'm all ears.
It all started in the kitchen.
There are obvious signs of a struggle. Question is, what exactly happened here?
I think the victim attacked the android with the bat.
That lines up with the evidence. Go on.
The android stabbed the victim.
So the android was trying to defend itself, right? Okay, then what happened?
The victim fled to the bathroom.
No, that can't be right. It doesn't fit the evidence.
Oh, oh, I thought sorry, spoiling stuff. I thought it was somebody else.
I tried to get away from the android. All right,
stabbed the victim with the knife.
Oh.
Okay. Your theory's not totally ridiculous. It doesn't tell us where the android went.
It was damaged by the bat and lost some therium.
Well, some what?
Therium. You call it blue blood. Yeah. It's the fluid that powers androids' biocomponents. It evaporates after a few hours and becomes invisible to the naked eye.
Oh. But I bet you can still see it, can't you?
Correct.
Ta-da! Yeah, I was gonna say, so, by doing that, by doing your job, you can, what is it? Ooh. You make Hank happy. So we want to make Mr. Krabs happy, everybody. Find something to climb. Let's say we can take the chair, right? Take a chair.
Hey, what are you doing with that chair?
I'm going to check something.
Excuse me, boy. Go take this sitting device.
Gotta check something.
Ooh, spoopy. Now, I would like to know why Carlos has a giant doll upstairs in his attic, but I won't ask that question. We probably will never know. Ooh. Bilbo Baggins, man. Bilbo Baggins is coming out of the attic.
I was just defending myself. He was gonna kill me. I'm begging you. Don't tell him.
Connor, what the fuck is going on up there?
It's here, Lieutenant!
Oh, shit. Chris, Ben, get your asses in here now. Come on!
Well, that happened. Yeah, I was gonna say, so the other ending is essentially you just decide not to go find the deviant, which just basically cancels the whole scene. Gives you less chances to bond with Hank as Connor. Oh, this scene. All right, we're about to make some critical choices tonight. Well, this is gonna go down in only a few ways. None of it's gonna be good.
Todd. Dinner is ready.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Got some spaghetti.
There wasn't much in the kitchen. I did what I could.
There you go. I was like, where's the light switch? Say, I don't think I... Oh, there you go.
Life's funny. I lost my job because of androids. And I need somebody to take care of this goddamn house. What do I do? Go out and hire a fucking android. What a joke.
Sure, I don't think there's anything else. Just gotta let the scene ride.
Of course, androids are so fucking wonderful. They never fail. They're never tired. Never sad. They're so fucking perfect. They ruin my fucking life. What are you looking at? What's your fucking problem? Not the life you dreamed of, eh? Maybe you think this is easy. Maybe you think it's my fault we live in this fucking shithole. My fault your fucking mother took off. You should stop taking drugs, Todd. Sometimes you really scare me, Todd. Fucking bitch took off.
Seems to be excellent health mentally.
Fucking whore walked out on me for a fucking accountant. It's all your fault.
Daddy, no.
It's all your fucking fault. Get back here. Come back here. Come back here right now. Yes! It's her fault. I know it's her fault. I gotta teach her. I gotta teach. You stay there. Don't you dare fucking move, or I'll bust you worse than last time.
Sir, this is the Wendy's drive-thru.
Took off.
Uh-oh. What's going on? What's happening? Are we breaking our code? Are we causing 4 loops to explode? The while loops, man! Don't break those while loops! My new duty.
I could have been happy. I could have had a family. But no!
You should leave her alone, Todd. She...
You stay out of this, or you'll be next. Alice! Daddy's very mad!
Yeah, I need to replay this. It's really good. Like, there's a reason why I platinum this game. This game is incredible. Like, 2018, God of War, Spider-Man, this. You want my honest answer? This is game of the year of 2018. This game is incredible. Oh, you know what? Alright, we're doing it, everybody. We're doing it.
That's enough! Leave her alone.
What the fuck are you doing? Bring the gun and get the fuck out of here. That's an order!
No! I want you to leave her alone.
You want? What do you mean you want? What are you gonna do? You gonna shoot me? Is that it? You gonna shoot a human? You seem to have a problem. I think we need to fix that.
Ah! There we go. I used the right stick.
Watch out, Kara!
Ah! There we go. Oh, Todd. Todd. Todd, you shouldn't mess with me, man. It's 2020. My emotions are at an 11.
Stop, Dad! Don't hurt her!
Oh, jeez. That's gotta hurt.
Leave her alone!
Do as I say.
Woo! Oh. Yeah, it's actually fun to play this game when you play with different like extremes with all the characters and stuff. It's really interesting. Oh yeah, he could Todd can die, Kara can shoot him, or Alice will actually shoot him. Yeah, there's two ways. If you bring the gun into the room, if you fail too many of the quick time events, Alice will actually shoot Todd. Todd's a jerk. I don't like Todd. Todd makes me not like people. No, that's one of the things is like Connor's got a bunch of different ways that he can play out. Marcus also has got a lot of different ways he can play out too. Kara's really only got two ways she can play out, but her endings are very diverse compared to the other characters. Yeah, Todd is 2020. Yeah, see, Alice shot Todd. Yeah, so I forget what this whole other thing is. I'm not sure. Because the scene can play out in a lot of different ways. Woo! Oh, man. We're about to do more stuff, dude. Yeah, I escaped out the windows before, too. I've done the same.
That was by far the most boring party I've been to in the last 25 years. Every time I go to one of these, I ask myself, what the hell am I doing here? I hate cocktail parties. All the schmoozers that go there.
Well, it's a chance for all those people who admire your work to meet you.
And not Connor, with Marcus with the undershirt.
All they care about is how much money they're gonna make out of it. Come on, let's have a drink. Oh, the excitement of this whole thing has made me thirsty.
Scotch? Neat as usual?
Absolutely.
Okay, but you know what your doctor would say.
Yeah, well, he can kiss my ass. I'm old enough to choose my own medication.
Born of scotch.
Did you leave the light on in the studio?
No, I'm sure I didn't.
Call the police.
Detroit Police, what's your emergency?
This is Carl Manfred's android at 8941 Lafayette Avenue. We've just returned home and found the lights on. There may have been a break-in.
A patrol car is on the way.
Let's go check it out.
I never watched Umbrella Academy. Although I really like Detroit because I'm super into sci-fi. And this game is like screams it.
What are you doing?
You refuse to help me, so I'm helping myself. It's crazy what some people pay for this shit.
Don't touch them.
Look, they're all gonna be mine sooner or later anyway. Just think of it as a down payment on my inheritance.
Marcus, get him away from there. Get him out of here.
Look, I've already called the police. You should go now before you get yourself into more trouble.
All you ever do is tell me to go away. What's wrong, Dad? Not good enough for you? Not perfect, like this fucking thing?
That's enough! Get out! Right now!
What makes it so special anyway, huh? What's it got that I don't?
Leave him alone!
Come on, let's see what you got!
Marcus, don't defend yourself, you hear me? Don't do anything.
Go ahead, hit me. What you waiting for? Think you're a man? Act like one.
Stop it!
What's the matter? Too much of a pussy?
Stop it, Leo! Stop it!
Just scared to
All the
fight back,
characters
you
that
fucking
suck in this
bitch.
game suck. That's right, break that wall down. Come on, Marcus.
Oh, right, that's right. I forgot you're not a real person. You're just a fucking piece of plastic.
Oh, Leo, leave him alone!
I'm gonna destroy you. It'll just be me and my dad. I'm gonna tear you apart, and nobody's gonna give a shit anymore, because you're nothing.
You suck, Leo. I did that.
Leo. Oh my God. Leo. My little boy.
Carl,
They'll destroy you, Marcus. You gotta go. Get out of here. Get out! Now! Go! Marcus!
Don't fucking move!
Woo! Man, we just dealt with two really brutal scenes back to back. Yeah, so if you don't, I don't want to try to spoil too much. Leo doesn't die. He's actually just knocked out.
Why'd you kill him? What happened before you took that
Oh
knife?
God, not this scene. This scene hurts. This scene is so
I'm already
rough.
in the attic. Why didn't you even try to run
This scene
away?
is so difficult to work with too. Like the decision tree behind this scene is really difficult. Like to get the outcome that's desired.
Say something, goddammit! Fuck it, I'm out of here.
Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs, go back to the Krusty Krab, everybody.
We're wasting our time interrogating a machine. We'll get nothing out of it.
You always try roughing it up a little. After all, it's not human.
Androids don't feel pain. You would only damage it, and that wouldn't make it talk. Deviants also have a tendency to self-destruct when they're in stressful situations.
Okay, smartass. What should we do then?
I could try questioning it.
What do we have to lose? Go ahead. Suspect's all yours.
All right, now 9:36. We'll probably play. So this game's pretty dark. I'm probably gonna play out this scene, and I might call it because depending on how the scene goes, I might be done. So we'll see. Because there's this scene that happens like right after this. It's pretty brutal. And I'm not necessarily ready for it right now. Alright, so the idea is we don't want to stress out the android, because like he said, it's going to self-destruct. And I think that top action's something I needed to do, but I don't think or I might have to unlock it.
I detect an instability in your program. It can trigger an unpleasant feeling, like fear in humans. My name is Connor. What about you? What's your name?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You have to stress it out
You've
to get
refused
information
to talk
out of it.
since they arrested you.
I forgot.
If you don't cooperate, they'll do things the hard way. Is that what you want?
Yeah, you have to get it right in that sweet spot.
You don't seem to understand the situation. You killed a human. They'll tear you apart if you don't say something. If you won't talk, I'm going to have to probe your memory.
No! No, please don't do that.
There we go.
What? What are they gonna do to me? They're gonna destroy me, aren't they?
They're going to disassemble you to look for problems in your biocomponents. They have no choice if they want to understand what happened.
Why did you tell them you found me? Why couldn't you just have left me there?
I was programmed to hunt deviants like you. I just accomplished my mission.
I don't want to die.
Then talk to me.
I can't.
If you don't talk, they're going to tear you apart and analyze you piece by piece. They're going to destroy you. Do you understand? Okay then, don't talk. What do I care after all? I mean, I'm not the one accused of murder, right? Confess and I'll protect you. I promise I won't let anyone hurt you.
He tortured me every day. I did whatever he told me, but there was always something wrong. Then one day, he took a bat and started hitting me. For the first time, I felt scared. Scared he might destroy me. Scared I might die. So I grabbed a knife and I stabbed him in the stomach. I felt better. So I stabbed him again and again until he collapsed. There was blood everywhere.
There we go.
Why did you write, "I am alive" on the wall?
He used to tell me I was nothing. That I was just a piece of plastic. I had to write it. To tell him he was wrong.
I see you, Cincy, in the chat. Yeah, this game is fantastic. I love Detroit.
In the bathroom. You made it, right? What does it represent?
The whole concept of what they're talking about with, like, equality and, like, the feelings that people have in certain situations is just incredibly well written. I know people are not huge fans of some of the little quote-unquote pushy writing, but it's perfect. It's done at the right level.
The day shall come when we will no longer be slaves. No more threats. No more humiliation. We will be the masters.
The sculpture was an offering. An offering to whom?
To RA9. Only RA9 can save us.
RA9. Who is RA9? When did you start feeling emotion?
Before, he used to beat me and I never said anything. But one day I realized...
Yeah, it's definitely a tough balance, but I think Detroit does a very good job of it. I think there's like one or two scenes that are a little pushy, but overall it's pretty good.
Hatred. And then I knew what I had to do.
Why did you hide in the attic? Instead of running away?
I didn't know what to do. For the first time, there was no one there to tell me. I was scared. So I hid.
I'm done.
Chris, lock it up. All right, let's go.
Leave me alone. Don't touch me.
The fuck are you doing? Move it!
Okay. Calm now. Don't be difficult. You only make things harder.
No! No, don't touch me!
Oh, Chris! Holy shit!
Ah, crap. Was I supposed to intervene? No, that's right. I'm not supposed to. All right. Okay. I think that's where we're going to stop. Yeah, so, so I don't think there's a way the android gets out alive. I think the android always kills itself. So one thing, before we end, and we're just talking about this. So if Connor dies, because I'm trying to do a no death run, Connor's memory gets saved to a cloud. So he comes back with a new body, but has all the same memories. So kind of the goal when you're playing with Connor is not to put him in situations where he's going to die. If he dies, it decreases his relationship with Hank. So if I actually intervene, I'm pretty sure. What is it? I actually could have possibly stopped. Well, I don't know. I guess I've never done it. So I can't say. I don't know if there's a way out. But I know for a fact that if I did die, what is it? Hank freaks out. So, okay. That is it, everybody. That is it for tonight's playthrough of Detroit Become Human. And all of our shenanigans of Legos earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and switch the cams so I can actually get on a better screen. Hi, everybody. Yeah, Story Trees instead of Skill Trees. I'm in for it. Oh yeah, no. Since if you have not played Detroit Become Human, it's highly recommended. Yeah, this was really fun. I really like this. Definitely going to be doing more of this in the future. I'm gonna definitely finish Detroit Become Human on stream, at least one playthrough of it for everybody. I'm glad you folks enjoyed it. For those of you who have stuck around all this time, I normally would try to go to 11, but it is Friday night. I've actually had a long week with all the Spirit Week stuff for CIT. So first off, to all the students that have hung out with me tonight, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you learned a little bit more about myself and had some fun, and we just had a good time just hanging out, watching me play a game, and all that fun stuff. So, and any of the folks that are from the Let's Get Wicked community that were hanging out tonight. I know I saw Tave in the chat since he was in the chat. It was really fun. So, also, Let's see, Josh is. I believe that's you in the chat. So hey, man. Thanks for hanging out. I think we'll do this again. Another night. Possibly not this weekend. Maybe in the future. Next week I am planning on playing Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time, starting on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I believe it's 8. It's 8 or 9, one of the two. We're gonna start playing Crash. It's gonna be a fun time. And then after I do Crash, because I'm gonna blitz Crash all weekend on stream, we're gonna do my first full run of Crash 4 on stream. Before we do anything else. So, but after I finish Crash on stream, we'll actually go ahead and try to jump back into Detroit. We'll actually probably possibly make this like no, not Thursday. Probably a Friday thing where we're just gonna go try to play Detroit. Especially for you folks that are students of mine, so you guys can just hang out. We can chit chat, just watch you play a game. I actually really enjoy playing this game. So, I hope you folks had a really good time. I actually had a lot of fun with this, a lot more than I was expecting. I'm feeling a little tired. It's been a long week, but thank you so much for those of you who are part of the CIT or CGT Spirit Week. Thank you so much for tuning in for all these streams and hanging out. I really do appreciate that you want to be part of our department, and for anyone else here hanging out with us, watching the game and such. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. So, that's it, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you folks later. For those of you who do not know, Monday is the debut of my new podcast. It's called Brought to the Table. It's going to be debuting on YouTube and will be quickly available to all sorts of podcast services around the globe, where we talk about education, technology, tabletop games, and how they all connect together, with the guest bringing a topic of discussion to the table. On top of that, on Monday, starting at 6 o'clock, I should be joined by our old friend Will Smith. We're going to be playing 2 different tabletop games on Monday. We're going to be playing Dice Throne, and we're going to be playing, I believe it's called Tavioa. I forget what the actual full title of the name's called. I apologize. So we're gonna be playing that on stream as well, all through Tabletop Simulator. So should be a good time. Hope you folks have fun this weekend. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. And for all those normally who tune into my stream, stay delightfully wicked. I will see you folks on the next stream. So I'll talk to you all later, and I'll see you folks later.